update.
I don't know, unless you want to hear about the computer I broke at work today.
Oh, I do want to hear.
So, no. So we got these like donated devices in to image them for staff use.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this won't be too bad. You just install, we use Novell, which is of the devil. So you Novell, ZenWorks, all that stuff on there. And there's 3 different models, which I did not realize. So I have to make 3 different images. It does. Especially because the first one just decided to break. It just broke. So I gave up on that model, moved on to the second model.
Right.
And I turn it on, and it's like, hey, your password for this user account has expired. I was like, oh, frick. They didn't wipe Windows completely. So I have an app and account I can't get into. I have a PowerShell and a command prompt that are all blocked. Control panel's blocked. GE Edit is blocked. I can't get anything. So I just put that one to the side. Third model's perfect. It's beautiful. I get everything all set up. I'm getting ready to take it to the imaging station and upload my image. I can't get it to network boot.
Pixie's not working?
Pixie wasn't working. So I get into BIOS. It's an old
Goddamn
HP. It's an HP computer. So I think the tech gods have just forsaken HP. I hate HP and ThinkPad and Lenovo.
I'm pretty
so
sure
much.
for an HP computer, you're gonna have to like sacrifice a few goats to get that to work.
I think so.
That's common practice in global payments data centers.
Literally every other tech was like, how's it going, Cameron? How do you do it? Don't talk to me.
Fuck off. Are you Hewlett? Are you Packard?
Are you Hewitt or are you We gotta have some words, if so. Oh, yeah. And then at the end of the day, we just decided, like, my lead tech was like, so why don't you just try and pull down our image that we use for the other devices? So I was like, all right, we'll try. Oh, no, partition size is different. Can't do that. And then finally, the boot manager is just gone. It's missing. I don't know where it went. But
Wow.
I've never broken a computer so bad before.
So,
Wow.
so that second one,
I'm just
where
impressed.
you kind of have functionality, but a lot of stuff is blocked. Are you able to log on as like the local administrator, or is
No,
that?
the administrator account is blocked as well. Like, I don't have a password for it. I don't have anything for it. I was like,
I can tell you how to fix that part.
oh my gosh, if you just want to like send that to me, that'd be great. Because the other idea is like, well, we can just like burn burn an ISO on a flash drive and reinstall Windows, but it's like we don't have keys for all
Yeah,
of this.
no, there's a super easy way around that because it's just a local admin account that
Right.
you're trying to get into, right?
Yeah, it's just a basic administrator account.
Okay, yeah. There.
Uh-huh.
I sent you the name of it, but essentially you're gonna get that, burn it to a disk, keep it because it's super freaking useful. Boot off of it, and one of the utilities it has installed is a Windows password reset util.
Oh my gosh, I've heard the whispers of this.
So yeah, just you'll boot off of it, and I forget where it is in the utils. You can find YouTube videos and stuff on it, but basically you're gonna launch it, and it'll open a command prompt, and it'll walk you through with like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which option do you want? And just go blank out the password on your local administrator, and then reboot and sign in to the local admin with no password.
That is fantastic. Thank you.
You can also enable it if the administrator is disabled. So I wouldn't try to set a password for the administrator with that. I would just blank it out and then set one once you log in. But yeah, it's worked every time I've used it on every OS I've tried it on. Well, every Windows OS.
Right. And that's what it is. It's just Windows 10. So
yeah,
Windows 10 Pro, I think, right now. Yeah. No, that'd be great because I'm like, I don't want to burn a new ISO on it because they were donated to it. So I work for a school district, so they were donated to the school district, and I don't have any keys or anything for them. So it's like,
yeah, keep that.
I have no budget.
Yeah, keep this disk in your toolkit. It's free, and you can do a lot with it. And you for a local machine, you can always get back into a local machine with it.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
No problem.
I also saved 2 jobs to apply to later. I was like, forget this place. I don't have anything here.
Well, now you can go in tomorrow and be the hero. Don't tell everybody how you did it. Just say you stayed up all night working on it and you finally cracked it.
I will. I cracked the code. I'm Hacker Man 2020.
Working overtime.
I'll bring my black hoodie in.
Great stuff. All right, let's see. Who's got a summary of what we did 2 to 4 weeks ago?
Allow me to summarize. There we go.
Cart.
Oh wait, that's not true. We left Serapin going to find the Gouth, or the Guoth, or the Gyaoth. Evolution of Meowth, as everyone knows. We were on our way to do that with a cart, I remember, because that cart is like... Whatever the opposite of Kryptonite is to Superman, that's what the cart is to Felix. Where it's just like,
Correct.
We've invented steroids by getting this cart.
Steroids. Going a bit short there.
Sorry.
It's like the Captain America super suit.
Sorry. Mega steroids. We got attacked
Yeah, it's better.
at least once by fog monsters. It may have been twice. I don't totally remember because we got super lucky last time not doing it. So I believe we kept watch, and then during the watch we got attacked by mist creatures. And I think we managed to get in like a short little tiny baby rest after the mist creatures attacked. And I think that was about it. We started in the city and we got attacked by a few mist monsters. I think we all had stuff to do last week, so we may have had to cut it a bit short. And even if we didn't, that's my excuse and I'm going to stick to it.
All right, sounds like a
Sounds
plan.
Correct to me.
So, I had listed that you were halfway to the Gouth lair when you stopped here.
Sounds like us.
So I believe you had another 10 days of travel, and like you said, you got a short rest in after your encounter with the mist creatures. Why is it not working?
I believe it's a 10-day trip each way,
10 days.
from what I remember. 10-day trip each way, because I remember we had exactly enough torches to get halfway there, and we currently have 5 unused torches.
Well, if he says 10 days, everyone, then...
You think a torch
that's
lasts a
it.
day?
No.
I think I said it was 2 days, but it was
That might
10
be-
hours, 10 hours per day.
That's where the 10 came from.
I was going to say, I remember it taking 2 days, but I don't want to say that. I'm really glad
you're
you
right.
said it first.
You're correct.
Actually,
Sorry, I was talking about the cart.
Actually, I think it was 2 hours it would take us, and it's 10 minutes between each time we're gonna check for any random encounter. Pretty sure that's what it was.
That could have been it. It's not, but it could have been.
Morning, everybody. Did we get attacked by more of those mist dudes since I went to sleep?
All right, sorry. Was handling more tech stuff with Wit.
That's fine.
Oh, no problem.
So, yep, we've pretty much got everything. So it should be about dawn. Some gray light is beginning to filter into the area as you wrap up the fight and kind of clean yourselves up there around the campfire. So at this point, you will have 10 more hours of travel to reach the lair of the Gouth, and I will turn it over to you guys unless anybody has anything else.
So, dudes, since it's like still kind of dark and the sky is still kind of gray, even though it's dawn, could we call this like this time of day? Could we call this like the gray dawn? Roll credits.
I don't see
All right, and we're over. What are we gonna do next week?
credit.
I guess we just play Among Us right now.
All right. Yeah, let's just play Farkle instead.
I was gonna
Become our Wednesday night Farkle game.
right about to say
Jacob,
that.
Jacob, link your spreadsheet in chat, please.
See, here's the problem.
Did
No,
I
you
win?
legitimately should.
You got 100 points. Good job.
Woo! I won.
Or 50.
Yeah, it's probably more advantageous to take the 50. Working on that spreadsheet in Chrome, because I use Chrome as my default web browser,
Okay.
it was using up like 8 gigabytes of RAM.
God damn.
Dude, it eats so much RAM.
It was
It's ridiculous.
But the spreadsheet has like 3.5 million cells in it, so I feel like that may have been a part of it. It is
Oh, really?
It is a big boy.
Yes, that might have something to do. I hear that could break your laptop. And I know a guy who could fix it.
Yeah, I think I built a spreadsheet a while ago for back when I was playing EVE Online for my market stuff. Oh boy, you could export data for market orders, like what you had bought, what you had sold, who from, when, exact expenses and everything. So you could actually like put together what amounted to like a real accounting package, honestly, but for a fake business dealing in fake money. And yeah,
the best kind.
it got to be a little ridiculous. I had like millions and millions of lines in here, and I had it doing all the math, like figuring out like this is what I'm making the most money on right now. This is what I should buy next. Like just do it all for me.
My gosh.
Every time I dumped in a new load of data, though, like, oh, let me put this week's data in. All right, Control A, Control C, and paste.
Oh boy.
60-second hard lock. Nothing
Oh.
happens for 60 seconds, and then the data like, oh, nope, there it is.
So you're also an animator, I see.
Right. Is this what are these things? Oh, it's memory. Oh, I get it. Oh, I couldn't see what the cookies were when I
awesome.
didn't have it zoomed in.
See, that's why you need to enable cookies in Chrome, apparently, is for it to do this.
Yep. Get out.
Why the fuck is it called a cookie? I have never understood that.
Who knows?
Like, call it something else. Is there a technical reason it's called a fucking cookie?
Honestly, I don't remember.
Why?
I probably knew this at one point.
It's just,
I feel like we all knew it at one point, and then it's just kind of like, nah.
I'm convinced the guy who did it is
Yeah,
like, this'll never fucking catch on. I'll call it a cookie.
I
just-
guarantee that person thought this is a pimp name. It was a kind of a funny, stupid joke, and now somebody called it that earnestly once, and now that's all it's ever called. I guarantee it. I personally guarantee it.
When you really start digging into acronyms in IT, especially like the further you get from mainstream, they do start to get kind of weird.
Yeah.
We're all
I'm just
nerds.
amazed at the weird things I remember, and then I forget stuff like DNS, and I'm like, wait, what was that? Yeah.
Oh, all right. So now that we've watched that guy eat all the RAM, which was glorious,
It's mesmerizing, isn't it?
it really is. Kind of want RAM-shaped cookies now.
I know. And I'm gonna try and do some like royal icing and make some sugar cookies this Christmas.
Excellent.
Because I'm a nerd.
Fantastic. That would go over real well in the office, I'm sure.
Right?
So, RAM cookies.
Then I'll wear my Google Chrome shirt and just eat them all.
Yeah, show up with a big platter, enough for everybody, and then take your sweatshirt off so that they can see the Chrome shirt, and then just start stuffing them all in your face. Then get one of your coworkers to wear an Internet Explorer shirt and have him just fall over randomly throughout the day.
It's, they'll have to fall over randomly, and then anytime anyone asks them a question, go, oh yeah, I'll bing that for you real quick.
Right? Or anytime someone asks them a question, just freeze. Don't move at all. Don't move a muscle.
No, it's gotta be like, yo, hey Tim, what'd you do this weekend? You gotta be like, what I did this week. And then just like
Okay.
slowly walk out of the room without saying anything.
It's appropriate.
Almost like we
All
should
right.
walk out of this clearing in the trees.
Yeah, I was about to say we should probably play some D&D.
I am all about it.
Is that what we're doing?
I forget. I mean, sometimes this is just therapy, getting together and chatting with you guys.
Do we have?
Yeah, well, I second, especially not being in an office. You know, I think it's different not having what my old boss would call water cooler time.
We actually instituted that in one of our weekly meetings, where the first 15 minutes of the meeting is devoted to anything not work related.
Nice.
Smart.
So we all
actually
jump
a
on a
good
video
idea.
call and just talk about bullshit.
That's nice. I like that.
We foregoed that for a weekly outing that we've since kind of stopped doing. But it was kind of dedicated to like crack open a beer and just hang out and we'll play Jack in the Box. And it's worked out all right. It's weird over Zoom. And now that Al got fired or let go, I don't know, laid off, it was just a very weird situation. I don't really know.
I know I just said we were going to get back to playing D&D, but you've now reminded me. Are you good? Is everything all right with your job, man?
Yeah, I think so. I truthfully, I don't know. I think this is the beginning of the end, like in the sense of they're gonna slowly begin to migrate people over to India. Our
Ugh.
new boss is very heavily on getting people in the India market. Like that's what he wants. He's Indian himself. I understand, but yeah, it's weird. I'm not sure exactly how they want to do it. We structure it this way because we're medical. We need to be 24 hours, right? So we always have to have people kind of doing the grind. And I don't know what will happen if he decides like we're just going to be maintenance mode, and I think that'll probably be the start of pulling the plug. I don't think we're there yet. We're still actively developing, but it was definitely out of nowhere. He was the only one in all of HIM, Health Information Management, is my department, that got let go. And so it's either they were cutting at. I have other suspicions, and I can tell you guys. So he had a prostatectomy like maybe 2 years ago. So and it was cancer. And so since then, and he's somebody who's like super diligent on like going. He's going to use his medical benefits like every chance he can. And I don't blame him. That's why he pay for them. But I don't know if it's something like maybe they just spent so much money on this guy that it was like let's just get rid of him. But it's that's the only thing I can really think of. He's a great guy, great manager. We literally on my PTO, he sent out like a whole global email to like the whole company saying like Mark's team is so awesome. Like we're doing so good. We hit all of our numbers and then some. And like the whole company was like, "Yay, we did it!" And then it was the next week, bam.
Well, that explains it. They were a good manager. The fucking universe can't allow that to happen.
Right? I guess.
Oh,
I guess
true.
not. And so yeah, the other people that they were kind of in his position before, but they didn't want to be managers, so they stepped away. Like they never got any communication about this, and then they had an all hands at the beginning of this week, and they found out that basically they're supposed to be reporting to this like Al's old boss, so like cut out the middleman type thing. But with no communication beforehand, it just seems so weird to me. Like, why would you do it like that? That's such a weird. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
it just puts a bad taste in my mouth, and everyone agrees, and everyone is kind of on edge. So we don't know. It's probably not wise to be in a situation like this and buy a house, but it's also like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's a rough spot to be in. Not knowing how things are going to go.
Yeah.
Coming-
I feel like I have the dev experience and the medical experience. Like I could fit in anywhere, any hospital in the country. If they have an IT department, I can fit somewhere into that department. So I feel like I'd be okay as far as job goes. If I do let go, I have a sizable egg that I can use to like not work if I really wanted to. But it's like, I want to put that into a house. So no, I mean I feel safe right now, and everyone says, yeah, you're safe, everybody's safe, no one else, but that nobody.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, right. Nobody knows really.
Yep, that's a tough one. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
I hope it works out for you.
Thanks. I hope so too. He was a good guy. I called him immediately, and he was just like, he was definitely sad. He liked the people that we worked with, and we were all, one big kind of family type thing, and we were shielded from the political shit that goes on big corporations, and now it's like, uh-oh, that umbrella's gone. What kind of reporting do we have to do now? That'll be the first sign, that somebody's taken over.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I hope it works out for you.
Thanks, bud.
If you end up in the job market, let me know. I'll see if I can. If we have any openings that you can apply for, I'll see if I can put in a good word.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
So.
Yeah, my plan is right now ride the train out as long as I can. I'll get a huge severance since I've been there for 14 years. So it's like I'll definitely ride it out as long as they'll have me. And don't get fired. I'll be okay with a layoff. So just keep my mouth shut and nod and smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Do those painful reports. You can do it.
Well, all right.
Of course.
So
yeah, I guess. So you said it's just about dawn, right?
yeah, let's say it's just shortly after dawn at this point. You've taken care of the interlopers that attacked you, and you've had a little bit of time to bandage wounds or clean weapons, whatever you were going to do. But I'll turn it back over to you guys. And everybody did get the benefits of a short rest that if you didn't apply last time, you can apply this.
Hooray.
I've got no further business that needs to be taken care of personally.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't forget Cardi McCartson.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, I think we should just get to this Gauth as soon as possible, or like whatever.
Yeah, it's Mosey.
I like how all of us have control over the cart, but we're just leaving it for Felix.
It is his cart.
Appreciate that.
Who's
Real life.
accidentally dragging the trees around, I think.
Maybe a little bit on accident.
Hold on. Let me get the cart, let me get the torch. Bam.
Man, the cart is just so powerful.
All right. And you guys can just stay there in the middle. There's no point in walking down the trail. You'll be in the middle then if we have another encounter and we can draw a new map around it.
Sorry.
Sure.
All right. So yeah, we had 10 more hours to go. Last time, I don't believe you guys were still looking for any herbs or anything. I think you were just cruising along. And because you have the cart, you were able to walk at normal speed. No one was encumbered.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to make haste towards our thing instead of they're trying to look for other stuff and slowing us down.
Dilly-dally.
Yeah. Or once we're just power walking away.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, everybody go ahead and give me a perception check for the first hour of travel here. Go down to my table.
I don't know who invented carts, but they're the greatest persons ever lived.
It's one of our best purchases.
Probably the same person who invented Bongo Cat. Obviously the greatest thing ever on the internet.
I forgot to
Really?
look up Bongo Cat.
Bongo Cat's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just gonna.
I may or may not have redid my Discord little picture specifically to make it look more like Bongo Cat.
Oh, I see it. I absolutely see it. That's ridiculous.
Oh, why did you introduce me to this? This is gonna be bad.
Fun fact: you can do the intro for "Sympathy for the Devil" on Bongo.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Totally.
Shootbeard had a little lamb on the piano too.
All right. So you do that. So you guys don't notice anything or encounter anything unusual first hour. Hey, you know what I can do? That was hour number 1. Use those.
When do we eat food?
Never.
I was just doing it per the day, so I think we already took care of yesterday's food. So I would figure we would take care of today's food like at the end of the day. If you would like to do it once in the morning, once in the evening, and do like half rations, that's fine by me though.
Sure.
I'm good. I'm good with whatever you guys want to do. I don't care.
Orsik, I'll split like a ration with you. Like we can eat one of mine and just both take it. And then for dinner, I can eat one of yours. We can split one of yours.
Can't
Sounds
you,
good.
Milk berries.
Here's the thing, is that judging by what John Dulug said, we're probably gonna come across the layer of the Gouth today, and that sounds like it's gonna be like a real thing. And I'd kind of rather not do the thing where I can make berries.
Oh, it uses one of your wibbly wobbly spelly welly things.
Yeah, it's
And
like
I'm like moving my hands up and down and like jazz hand type things.
Wibbly wobbly, spelly welly type thing. I love it.
yeah, it's like I could either make those berries, or I could like close some kind of like major wound in a person's body. So like between those two, I'll be honest, I think I'd rather like do
Have
the
the
second
berry.
one. Yeah, I'd rather like eat a ration. Wait, no, the other thing, not what you said. I think I'd rather like eat some plain ass food now, and then do that thing later. Which, unfortunately, is also the reason I'm just gonna like stay in this slightly mundane, human skin, and not turn into anything else. Because I think, yeah, again, that it would be kind of crucial to do that later. Believe me, I'm as disappointed about it as you are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Makes sense to me.
Being flesh prisons and everything.
Gross. Flesh bags.
Fucking flesh skins.
All right. So that was the first hour. The first hour passes quietly. Everybody, go ahead and give me another perception roll for the second hour.
Ooh,
I'm telling you, man.
man,
Hearts.
this one. Jesus Christ.
Belly wellies.
Yeah, geez, Logan.
Jeez.
Wit's feeling the lack of sleep from last night, but
Yeah.
fortunately, nothing untoward happens.
Oh, hey, Wood, if you want to hop in the back of the cart, we got plenty of room.
What? I'm totally doing that.
Alrighty.
Hey, I have to be lighter than Orsik, right?
Pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. I sure hope so.
I would be shocked.
It'd be hilarious. It's just absolutely thick.
Super thin.
There's a way we can find out. Now I'm gonna do it too. Oh, you didn't fill it out. Never mind.
Ha! Usually I just put rude in that, but I didn't do anything. For once my joke would have been there.
It would have. Yeah. And I was honestly thinking as I scrolled through, like, this could be rude. It's a fake character. It can be whatever he wants. All right. So that was second hour. It also passed quietly. Another perception check. I guess I ought to be using like passive perceptions or something for this.
Come on, man.
I vote
It's so
with
boring,
my current roll.
Just that. We're also good.
I'm getting there. Sorry. Gotta do too much
Okay.
at once.
Winding it up.
Was too enamored with the cart.
And what it's like to have a
I'm
buddy.
really trying here, yo.
All right. Still quiet. Getting lucky on the rolls here. Oh, sorry.
Carts! Sorry, that was, I didn't roll the first for the last one. Thank you.
All right. And again for the fourth hour of travel.
Oh, it went down.
Ling.
Wow, those are all been 2-digit numbers.
Yeah, this has been kind of amazing, guys. So you're rolling really high, and I'm rolling really low. You may actually make it to the dungeon today.
Woo!
What was?
Fifth hour, roll it.
So not to alarm anybody, but we are currently out of torches.
We have the light spell, don't we?
Once.
One of us does.
Wibbly
Yeah, that's
wobbly
true.
spell.
I forgot to start like knocking torches off the list. Thank you for taking care of that, Felix.
No problem.
You're seriously like the best inventory person.
Oh boy.
You were
I do what I can.
nervous about the lack of torches.
Oh boy. Oh man. I'm searching the cart, guys.
Did you
There's no
change
torches.
Oh God! Oh God!
Look, did you change that?
The
Yeah,
name?
some,
The name of the cart?
some
Yes.
to make a fire. Maybe we could just make one. I mean, I have crossbow bolt and a tinderbox. I'm sure I could somehow fashion that into even a shitty torch.
Like, if the point is we gotta make a fire, like, I could do that. That's not a super huge problem. Like that thing I've been doing to drive away the mist monsters and, like, just annihilate them. Like, that's... I just, like, make a campfire on the ground. I'm not super worried about that. I'd be more worried that, like, the torch has nothing to keep a flame going. I just... This entire time, I've assumed there was, like, a lump of coal tied to the end of a stick. That's kind of what I...
If you
imagine.
remember from last time, we did find enough pitch to make 2 torches.
Right.
Well, I have now. This will be up to the DM. I have salt rations. The fat and the pork should burn for at least a little while, but that's up to DM if that's even feasible.
If you guys want to try crafting something, we can come up with an appropriate roll and see what you can create based on the ingredients that you have and how you think you're going to use them. That will take time, obviously. So it's entirely up to you guys how you use the resources at your disposal. I will work with whatever you want to do, and you're at the halfway point for today. And once again, nothing unusual or strange has happened. Somehow you've come across like the reverse Bermuda Triangle of this land.
No, it's the
We've
actual...
all been blessed.
It's the actual Bermuda Triangle. It's just all the enemies' navigation is, like, thrown way out of whack.
They can't find you. They're all lost.
It's like, there's the adventurers! Oh, no, wait, that's a bush. Wait, I found Orsik. It smells just like him. No, wait, that's a 5-week-old decomposing body.
The disrespect.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I
With
really-
a 4 of charisma, I expect it.
I don't have anything that would reasonably burn. I have 1 candle.
I think I have some lantern.
I don't think it's gonna do much. I mean, we do still have... I can keep lighting up... I believe what I've been doing lately is I just use my light little wibbly-wobbly thing, jazz hands, on the wheel of the cart, which does something. Like, it's not great, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, I think the light spell does what? 10 feet bright, 10 feet dim?
That sounds right, but let me double check.
And that's the same as a torch.
Yeah.
I believe it is the exact same as torch.
Yeah. So you effectively have an unlimited number of magical torches as long as Felix is conscious.
Correct. It is bright light in 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Oh, so it's actually
Which-
better than a torch.
Way
I
better.
don't know if that's true, because I think the torch is the same.
I thought torches were 10 and 10.
Regardless, I think what we've got going on the tiles is accurate too.
No, you are correct, actually. It is 20 and 20. I was wrong. I bow to your
That's fine.
greater wisdom, and I will now give over the campaign to you.
Yeah, please.
That's fine. I've
Fel-
got the card. I've already got the campaign.
Yeah, Felix is next to the cart. I'm pretty sure his intelligence score shoots up to, like... It doesn't max out. Did we agree at, like, 5 digits or 6?
6. It's
We'll
like
say
a
it's
Google
6, why
Plus. So the way I'm remedying this is I'm just putting a torch. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know why Felix is saying that. I'm just gonna hover the torch on the cart, and that's just gonna act as like my surrogate, casting the light spell on the cart.
I just told the cart to emit light.
But did you ask it politely?
No.
Are you sure that's
Yeah.
20? Whatever.
It does say so. I have a tinderbox from the Dungeoneering pack, and in the tinderbox, it does have tinder, which says it's usually dry cloth soaked in light oil. Does that mean I could make 1 torch, and that would effectively use up all of my tinder that I have in there?
So I'm gonna go out on a limb. A tinderbox is usually fairly small. The amount of material that you would have in it, like you could probably make, you could make a fire with it, obviously,
Sure.
but it wouldn't last an hour. You would burn it. You'd burn it all up within a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I think the
probably.
point of a tinderbox is, like, it's gotta burn really fast, and just, like, any tiny thing catches in on fire, and it lasts for a very short amount of time. Specifically so that, like, you use the tinder box, and you put the tinder around, like, some sticks or some logs or something, and, like, gradually build up a fire.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree.
Do we want to, like, harvest some resin from the trees or something? Like, that could burn, not super great, but it would be better than nothing. Like, if starting a fire isn't a problem, like, is there anything around we could do to, like, sustain a fire? Because, like, we'll have to come back this way, and there's no guarantee that a Gauth is gonna have, like, torches or lights or stuff laying around.
Maybe
I'm
just
pretty
steer
open to
the
whatever.
car. But yeah, let's do something a little more prudent.
Could be.
Alright, do we want to, like, chill out right here for the time being and take a look around and see what we can find?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's good. We're at the halfway point of the day, right? Is that,
Yeah.
is
So I've
that
been led to believe.
So,
yeah,
like,
I think that's good. So that way we're not like, oh shit, it's evening and we don't have any torches.
yeah, like, I'd rather have to sleep out in the kind of darkness for a while if it means we'll be able to get back safe.
Works for me. I'm good with that as well.
Alright, let's do it. Do we just want to, like... Felix, I assume you're probably going to want to just chill out here with the cart? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that seems like a thing you'd be interested in.
That would be ideal, but I do think wherever we're going, we should go as a group. If, again, I've got the light capabilities.
Yeah,
I
I
don't really
actually.
want any of us to be alone in the dark.
And
Selfishly,
with
I'd
the
rather
mist.
go to the light.
Oh, sorry.
I agree with what everyone has already said.
So you guys are gonna try and hunt around for materials to make more torches?
I
Yeah,
think so.
just like
Yeah, I think so.
whatever is around.
We're gonna stick together though to not wander off into the mist with like no light.
I agree.
Oh, damn. I was really hoping you would. That was gonna be
This is going to be
How
the
much
easiest.
horror movie would this be?
This is going to be the easiest.
It's not a fan campaign.
fallen victim to a quadruple kidnapping. Oh, how are we gonna figure this out?
It's the easiest way to split the party I ever seen. I just took away all their life.
Themselves. Oh, all right. So you're in a lightly forested area, which I've rearranged just so it's marginally different than the other map.
I can
If you would like to roll survival checks, I think those would be appropriate for searching for basic wilderness materials.
I can
Let's do
No, it's a single digit number.
Sounds good to me.
Now,
Welp.
All right, Orsik. Everyone else is kind of turning up bupkis, but you managed to find the mother lode. You find a standing but dead pine tree that has pitch or dried sap leaking out of it in multiple places.
Not being the brightest in the, I just kind of start scraping it off into my hand, and I'm like, guys, over here.
Oh, what'd you find, Orsik? Whoa.
Phew.
That's one way of doing that.
Here you go. I hand over a very messy resin-covered palm.
Oh, look to see if I have anything to actually hold it in.
So now, in addition to smelling bad, Orsik also has sticky hands. And like that shit's sticky for a long time, let me tell you.
I won't be dropping my weapon.
Oh, you won't.
I've got nothing to put this in.
That's fantastic.
And I don't really want to just grab it with my hands because I'm not a lunatic.
oh, hold on.
Yeah, here, let's look at our inventory.
I was.
Pick up my helmet and like drop it in there.
I've
Put
got,
it
I still have.
Put it in your helmet, and then once you take it out, put your helmet back on. You'll never lose your helmet either.
Man, I wonder why Orsik smells so bad.
He said,
Look, I can
bugs and
just
stuff
like
stuck
Orsik
to his
will
head.
light this fire. You know, it'll be no problem. Oh yeah, I got it. And then suddenly you just see Orsik around, hair on fire, one hand on fire. What in the world is happening?
I've got
There's
like this leather pouch. We could put it in there. It used to contain some gold coins, but I believe that's now in the communal fund.
I have in my inventory the buddy bucket from the Wizard's Tower from so long ago.
Oh!
Thank goodness.
We still have
With
that.
the clutch.
I have buddy bucket.
Jacob, was this close to being pissed off. This is why we don't throw anything away. This is why we keep it.
This is why I carry the carpet from the tower, okay?
This is why I write it all down.
I'll sacrifice some
Oh,
sticky buddy bucket.
All right.
Sweet.
appreciate it.
So you've got like the handful of pine pitch that Orsik was able to scrape off the side of the tree in his, few seconds of seeing it before you guys got to him. What are you going to try and harvest more of it? I assume.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll try. Oh, here, get ready for this. You ready for this? No one's ready for these next level plates. I take out, wait for it,
A grappling hook.
wait for it, my grappling hook.
Wait,
And I'm
What?
scraping it off with that
Which
to
one?
make it sticky and grapple better.
you got 4 grappling hooks. Which one?
I do? Well, the group has 4. I take out 1.
So you
So
coat your
scrape it
grappling
off.
in pine pitch.
Not really coating it, but like I'm using that to scrape the pitch off, and I mean, oh man, it makes my grappling hook more effective. I guess I'll live with that.
Okay. So let's say it's this tree. We'll just make it this dead one just down to the south here. So you guys are going to spend some time scraping pitch off the tree. So is everyone scraping pitch off the tree? What's everybody doing?
I am, with the intention to fill the sticky buddy bucket.
I would like to conduct an experiment. Hold on, dudes. I want to try something. And I try to use the cantrip shape water to see if there's like enough water in the pitch to just get it out that way. I don't know what the ruling on that would be, and I'm totally fine if it doesn't work. But I figure I would not be happy with myself if I didn't at least try it.
I mean, I'm game for it with wobbly.
Hell
It's a
yeah,
good
like
idea.
resin bender.
Can instantly make any surface sticky.
Yeah.
This is Jacob's superpower.
Can't eat him.
I don't know if it would work. I don't think it has a whole lot of water content.
I don't think it does either, and I think even if it did, if it applied to resin, it could also apply to like the human body, which is like
Yeah.
70%
Right.
water.
Yes,
So if-
London.
So if
The
we're-
most powerful spell ever. Jacob uses shape water to instantly annihilate his foes.
Great destroy water. My god.
Oh, hey, is that a medium creature? That's less than 5 feet in any given direction. It's gonna be real
You know-
easy.
D&D makes me Google just the weirdest things.
I remember there's a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip where Calvin is like, the human body's 80% water, but by drinking this one glass of water, Calvin's body is now 90% water. And he just like turns into a puddle.
Oh, Calvin and Hobbes.
Hey, I can dig this research paper.
App, but it does have stuff about wood moisture content.
Well, that's similar.
As much as I would love for that to work, I'm pretty sure it won't. But I do greatly appreciate the effort that went into that.
Of course, of course.
So we're looking at a pine. So if we look at like Eastern White, Lodgepole, or Ponderosa, what? The percent of water in the sapwood of a lodgepole pine is 120%.
That can't be right.
Yeah, I don't-
Correct.
I don't really understand these numbers either. I
No,
was
that's-
looking at it too, like, wait, what?
I don't know what you guys are talking
How
about.
does a bald cypress have 171%?
Yeah, it sounds totally correct to me.
An Engelmann spruce is 173% water. Guys, there's not even actually a tree there. It's just water.
There's so much water. There's so much water. There's more tree there than there actually is. And all that extra tree is also water.
Must be. So I don't know what the Forest Service was smoking back in 1959, but I'm going to ignore that for now.
I think that could mean like it was 170% saturated. So at 100%, it's just like sticky resin. Anything more than that, and it becomes like goopy. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of that. Because 170% water is a statement by people who don't know how percentages work.
Right. All right. So we've got Orsik scraping sap off the tree. Fal
I have
Dune.
an extra dagger. I can help him try and cut open the tree.
Okay, so Wit's helping scrape sap off the tree. Felix is scraping sap off the tree with his grappling hook, and Fal Dune is trying to cast spells unsuccessfully on the tree.
So no. I'll take like just a clump of dirt off the ground and like smear it on the tree. Perhaps such that it looks like resin. I don't know. I'm like, that's not really the point. I'll then use mold earth to like move it off the tree and pretend as if it's sap.
Could help.
I am helping, dude. Look, I got all this resin. And I like quickly open up my hand to flash like, yeah, there's something there. And I like really quickly close it again. Like, look at that, dude. I'm magicking the sap out of the tree.
It's like the definition of that guy who everyone always says, like, you would just put half the effort into doing things right.
I took like 4 hours to make a fucking 3.5 million cell spreadsheet, dude. I know all about that. Of a game that I don't even enjoy playing.
All right.
Enjoy playing it.
I mean, it's not really like gamey in the sense that there's optimals and like different strategies to win. So for like Magic the Gathering, that's a game. I could use any of the different kind of decks, any of several kinds of optimal strategies. With Farkle, just mathematically, it feels like there's exactly one strategy. Like one optimal best, you get the most points by doing this strategy. And I'm just not a huge fan of it. As opposed to like D&D, sure you could scrape sap out of a tree like a human who wants to get sap, or you could you could be an idiot playing around with dirt with magic.
Well, that's fair.
That is some compelling argument.
You know, hypothetically.
This is actually happening.
It sounds, I mean, I believe it. It sounds so realistic. All right. So all 4 of you are scraping sap off the tree. Everybody give me a perception check.
I mean, 3 of us are.
Well, all 4 of you look like you're scraping sap off the tree.
There you go, that's better.
All 4 of us are scraping something off of the tree. Whether or not it's sap remains to be seen.
Hey.
And so it begins.
I have never rolled this well in my life.
That is...
Ever.
You really
For anything
haven't.
in my life.
I can back him up on this.
This is like the 4th 18 I've already gotten. I'm so proud of myself. Oh boy.
All right. Your streak of luck continues, and you're able to work on scraping pitch and sap off of the tree for and close to an hour with no interruptions. And you now have 1 sticky buddy bucket worth of sap.
Woo!
Additionally, you have a dagger of plus 27 sure grip, and a grappling hook of plus 99 tangles with shit in your backpack.
Oh, it's on the cart, please.
It's just hanging off the side. It's like headphones, you put them in your pocket, 2 seconds later you take them out, and it's like the Gordian knot.
No, it's like, I've got in my headcanon, the grappling hook is fully extended to grapple, and it's hanging on the side of the cart by one of the prongs.
So
For
we're
quick access if you need it in a hurry.
Of course. Of course, what am I, a loser?
Grappling emergencies.
Please. We have something as important as the grappling hook hung outside the cart for easy, easy extraction. What is inside of the cart? Something less important.
Yeah.
So, Felix,
That's me.
for reference, you do know that you can buy grappling hooks on Amazon, right?
Oh, yeah, they're not as useful in real life.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were, going to go for that.
Oh, I feel you.
to be
I
fair,
appreciate the concern.
to be fair, if even once in my 25 years of being alive, if I had ever encountered a situation where I thought, you know what the best solution for dealing with this problem is? A grappling hook. I would have fucking instantly, like, bam. If I ever run into this exact situation again, I'll have the grappling hook ready.
I mean, I think I've run into a couple of situations where they would have been useful, but
To be fair,
not enough to carry one around.
it sounds like in your daily life is different enough and like generally more exciting than mine, where I would totally believe that you would have had reason and like a situation to use a grappling hook. I certainly have not.
It wouldn't have been anything exciting. Like, I would not have been scaling the castle walls. It would have just been like snaring something so I could drag it over to me. But
I've also
see a
thought,
very limited use for it.
I've also thought about that with like teleportation, where constantly I've been like, fuck, I don't want to get up from this couch and grab the remote 3 feet away from me. I wish I could teleport. If I could somehow use a grappling hook to solve that problem, I'd be all about it.
You could get a dog and train them to fetch things for you with a laser pointer.
Here's our problem though. Our dog is deaf, so he's not really huge on.
And he's afraid of laser pointers.
That's also correct. We got 2 downsides with that.
Well, it sounds like you're gonna need another dog then.
Got hammy.
All right, so you have...
How many torches is one able to make with a bucket of pitch? Because I have been saving the expended torches, which I assume now are basically just sticks.
Yep, so I'm gonna say that if you've got a bucket of pitch and we're gonna make some torches out of it, let's go with a nice even number that your bucket of pitch could be used to make 10 torches with 10 appropriately sized limbs or sticks to use as a handle or a base.
Well, that's awesome.
Alright, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what to do for time, like assembly time, because you would have to start a fire to melt it to get it into a point where you could shape it and put it on the torch. So I think you'd be another hour worth of work at a fire to make the 10 torches.
I think I'm fine doing that right now, just like while we've still got the daylight. Well, plus we can't really advance very far without the torches if we only have.
I mean,
Felix's light.
We would be able to get towards the lair of the Gioth with just the magic light. Then maybe once we're closer we can settle down and that'll be like our evening wind down activity when we make a campfire, is to mold the pitch into torches.
I'm good with that.
I mean, that's one possibility. I'm not saying I love that idea, but it seems like it would be the most time efficient.
That works for me. We could do like, instead of what we've been doing is one person stay up and stand guard, we could have one person stay awake to do that, and then another person stay awake to just like,
Yeah, right.
do the torches. Well, I've only got to sleep for like half the time if you do.
Same.
So like, I could, just get that done. If you,
Well, that would be
normies
ideal.
have to sleep for like, so way long every day.
We
It's
don't
really
even have
inconvenient.
kind of like stare off into space for a while.
And
It's-
you had me with the time thing, and then you lost me with the staring part. But that sounds like an ideal solution.
I can dig it.
All right, so were you going to make... I'm sorry, I was distracted. Were you going to make them now or later?
My vote.
I think later when we settle down for the evening.
Got it.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So, continuing on with the journey then?
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. We made it through hour 5. Yep, we did. So I'll put this here. Go ahead and toss me more perceptions for your next hour of travel.
Dun, dun, dun. I almost clicked on
Ow.
persuasion. Makes you feel better.
That's better. I almost clicked on performance.
Will tell me what's out there.
Creatures of the mist.
That's funny.
Well, let's see, 25, 11. Wit and Jacob. As you are, oh, everybody go ahead and get back in your marching order on the road there.
Whee.
And we still have plenty of room on the cart if anybody wants to ride.
Back to the cart.
Loves that cart.
I'm just kind of
So-
first person right now.
Oh yeah, well, I mean we've got room. It'd be a waste if nobody used it. That's a logical fallacy.
So, as you are walking along, oh, no, wrong layer. Back to that. Jacob and Wit. The two of you notice up ahead, just at the very edge of the, like at the very edge of what you can see, you notice that the swirling of the mist has taken on a slightly different pattern. Like it just looks somewhat off in front of you, kind of at the edge of the light.
I don't like that.
Shit.
Don't like that thing.
So wait, I'm gonna be like 100% with you. I've not been paying attention when those mist dudes come out and attack us. Is that like their calling card? Does that mean like they're around, or is it just some weird?
They usually just kind of appear with shrieking. This is new. This is weird. I don't like it.
Alright, do we want to like? And then I lower my voice. Do we want to like advance quietly, or do we just want to like?
Kind of like go around, maybe. Oh, you thinking sneaky beaky like?
Yeah, just because I'm thinking that if there is something there, I don't want to be like, we are going around.
Right. Okay, we can do sneaky beaky.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can sneak so good. This is the wheels on the cart moving.
Do we have any oil? Fantasy WD-40?
Literally have a flask of oil.
I was gonna say we've got some lamp oil.
Oh,
That's
just
for
making
the
a joke.
lamps.
Yeah,
So-
we'll be alright.
I'm kind of drawing a little line. I don't know if you guys can all see it from where you are, but like just the fog in that area seems to be slightly more solid than that which you've been walking through, and it doesn't eddy and move the same way as the rest of it. Now that Wit and Jacob have pointed it out, you can all kind of see how something is different about that section of it.
Oh yeah, I can see it over there.
I don't think I can. Hang on, I'm gonna hop to where you are. Just whoop, that's a torch. Oh yeah. Dang it, Jacob.
I'm glad someone else finds that funny. Someone other than me, that is.
That's really cool.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it's hard to see where the lighting is with this new system. So how far can you see, Wit?
I can see here. I'm gonna point real quick. I can see like here.
Keep that up for a sec. Mm,
Aha! Meep.
so if you guys were the ones that noticed it, that's about where it would have been. I had it on the edge of, I guess this circle is probably somebody's dark vision.
Which circle?
Probably. I don't think you can see it.
Alright, talk
But
about this.
it had it like way out here.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Yep.
So yeah, but for you guys to notice it, if that's as far as you can see, then yeah, it's right there. That just kind of wall of mist that's acting differently.
Did John Dulug say anything about like this being where the Gyoth is? Like I'm not sure
We've
if
been
this is some kind
traveling
of
long enough.
I didn't think so, but John Dulug seemed to not really be the outdoorsy type, so maybe we were just like moving way faster than we expected.
He's also super against us bringing home a cat.
do we want to see if we can like go around it? See if it's
I mean, there's nothing wrong with like going right a little bit just to see.
Right, let's do it. And then if it turns out it's like
Just a wall. Oh
right.
well.
Yeah, then we can, I guess, just go through it.
Yep.
Works for me.
Alright, do we want to try to go around the left side or the right side?
I heard an old passage that good adventurers go left.
I'm glad we both heard the same thing. We must be getting our adventuring news from the same magazine. The same newspaper.
Yeah.
All right, so you're
left
going,
it is.
you're going to try and skirt around it to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else you want?
Alright.
Judging by this drawing you've made, I can determine how successful that will be.
Yep. So
Oh,
you start
okay.
to, like, you approach closer to it and then step off of the trail to go to the left, and the terrain's a little bit difficult as you go to the left, but it seems like it kind of curves around. And how far do you want to follow it?
I would say like maybe 2 minutes of walking, like enough to be like to determine whether it definitely ends or not, but not so far that we would have difficulty finding the road again.
Gotcha. So in that 2 minutes of walking, the shape, or I'm sorry, not the shape, but the fog continues, and you can tell that it's kind of curving. If you went to the left, then the fog, which will be on your right, will keep curving to the right. So you can tell that it's a defined shape and not like a flat wall laid across the terrain, but it is definitely more than a quick jaunt off of the road to get around it.
Alright,
I think I would prefer to stay on the road rather than to be completely lost.
That's fair.
yeah, it would be
Me
better.
personally. Plus, it's a lot easier to pull the cart on the road.
Small details.
That is a
I
good
mean,
point.
For you, maybe.
You and that cart are like it's like union monsters from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think we've made that joke already.
Have we? How
I
the,
think
Yes.
so.
how the fuck could we possibly have made that joke already?
Well, I remember we brought up Soitzu and Doitzu.
Okay, never mind. I now understand how it
So,
comes about.
from the defense rests.
Alright, let's head back to the road.
To the road.
Okay, so how do we want to, like, tackle this wall of mist? It would be funny if it was just, like, a Wile E. Coyote, like, somebody erected, like, a wooden wall and painted mist on it. Like, there's just nothing.
That's what this whole apocalypse is. It's just somebody with a lot of fog machines.
Oh my gosh.
It was chilly night for everybody on the plane at the same time, so, like, it was inevitable.
Well, I mean, just kind of walk cautiously through it, I guess.
Do we want to try to walk through it first, or do we want to, like, throw something non-valuable through there and see what
I
happens?
kind of want to see what happens with when light interacts with it. Unless
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, you hit the light spell and kind of just like shimmying around in there.
Yeah, I just want to see like if you threw like a light stone in there, just to see what would happen. Would it dissipate it all?
Just to warn you, if I did that, we would be in darkness.
Oh, you're already doing. Okay, yeah. No,
Let's set something on fire and throw it through. Like there's
Sure.
probably wood all
Oh, that's
around
an
us,
idea.
right? And just like light a twig
I
on
hope so.
fire, just like yeet it in.
I'd be fine with that. I could
That's a
like
good idea.
make a campfire-sized thing on the road with my spilly willy wibbly wobblies, and
Belly
just like
wallies.
light a stick on fire and like chuck it in there.
Spilly.
This is I don't want to like I'll burn that bush down, and we could throw like a stick from the bush in there because I don't want to start a forest fire.
Yes, forest fire would be bad.
Don't want to add to the fog that's encompassing the world.
Yeah, if you start a forest fire, you're gonna get attacked by very angry bears wearing suspenders.
Oop.
So let's do that. I assume we do not want to use one of the torch poles.
No, let's
Uh,
not use a torch.
Yeah, I'll just find some kind of
I
stick
mean,
or
I've got like
branch on the ground.
15 of them.
No, save the torches.
Go. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
Precious.
I feel like it's a pretty valuable resource. We may want to conserve though.
Sure. I'm sure we could find like a sticker or something.
Boy, I hope so. Otherwise, we'd be really in the wrong place.
All right. So you can easily find a selection of small branches.
All right. Then I'd like to use create bonfire, which I swear I'm on the spellbooks page right now. Good thing it was first alphabetically down. I just two. What? Why did I?
Huh?
I'm confused about why the thing rolled 2 dice for this when I normally used 1. Whatever. Regardless. I'd like to use that just like on the road. Quickly shove the stick in there to set it on fire. And then to make the bonfire go away before it spreads.
Okay. So you've got a stick that's on fire then.
Wait, here you go. You seemed pretty enthusiastic about
What?
this. And I'll take like another branch, and I'll use the first flaming branch to light the other one on fire and hand the other one to it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Orsik, here's one for you too. And I reach down and I got like
Ooh.
a branch and set that on fire and give that to him. Felix.
Orsik,
Yeah.
It's kind of like a sparkler, so Orsik just starts writing his name in the air.
So with these just being branches that you lit rather than actual torches, they won't last for an hour, but you'll get
That's
at least a couple of minutes.
I figured it wouldn't
That
be
should be
very.
enough time to.
I figured it wouldn't be very bright and it wouldn't last for very long. But that'd be fine. Cause I'm gonna do this, and I'll like run to the edge of the mist until I'm like 15 feet away. And I would. Is there some kind of like a yeet check, where I can yeet the branch as far as I can into the mist?
Oh yeah, they added that in version 5.1, the yeet skill.
Got it.
It's universal. It uses whichever of the ability scores that you like, depending on what you're doing, and can be used in place of any other check.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Well,
dude,
that's convenient.
5.1, it's so flexible. I'm glad we changed to this system.
Right? It's just the best. Dynamic lighting.
We should go up there with him.
Yeah, probably.
All right. So you yeet the torch into the fog. Just give me a strength check.
Oh, whoops, I made a strength save. Oh.
Well,
Good enough. I don't care.
I don't get any
Throwing
kind of
a
bonus
stick.
for it, though.
If you can't figure it out, like, you shouldn't be here.
I forgot how to throw a stick.
oh, the shade.
So you toss the smoldering stick off into the fog, and it does pass through it normally. But it seems like the light from the stick is dimmed somewhat as it goes through, and even though it only lands 10 or 15 feet past the wall, you can just barely make out any of the light from it from where you stand right now.
Sketchy.
And everybody go ahead and give me a perception check as well.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask if we heard anything.
Shut up.
Wow.
You shut up.
Yikes!
Yes. Nice.
And then Logan.
Well,
So
the cart's not in the mist at the moment.
the top three there, Orsik, Jacob, and Wit, you three notice that when the stick lands on the road, even the sound of the stick hitting the road seems very muffled and much quieter than it should have been.
I don't trust it.
I don't like it.
I don't trust it at all. I kind of want to try something, but
What?
I don't know if it'll kill me.
I mean,
Well, we've
I
got
was gonna I was gonna basically stick my head into the cloud and like try to breathe in there and see if I get woozy or pass out.
Well, unfortunately, I think we'll have to try that eventually, and I can think of no better participant than Orsik.
you are the
I mean,
thickest of us.
personally.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I'm the thinker, I guess. Yeah, sure. Let's do that then. If I pass out, try to wake me up. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I got you.
How about this? I'll be like holding on to your waist, and if you just like hold your hand outside the mist and just give me like 2 taps if you want me to like yank you back out.
Oh, here's what we could do. We got some rope. You want to like hold on to some rope, and we can do the tugging thing with the rope?
That's a better idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Better.
Bam.
Actually, tie the rope around my waist.
All right.
I'll do that.
Oh, here we go. I got this. You ready for this? You're not ready for this next level move right here.
Oh man.
Are you gonna use the grappling hook?
Bam.
Grappling hook.
Oh, I could.
I was kind of thinking that, but I didn't want to insult Felix by being like, yeah, let's use a grappling hook here. It's like, yeah, let's
I
just
mean,
use
we
this
could,
Hope
but
Diamond as like a doorstop.
Oh yeah. Fucking force. No, I think this is a rope situation.
All right. So
Okay.
You've got the rope tied around you. Go ahead, Orsik.
So I'll test the waters, and I'll just put my arm that does have some form of a gauntlet on it. I'll just say that for posterity's sake. And I'll just put my arm through the mist and see if I feel anything.
Is that just so they know what your arm looks like when they have to go look for it later?
It's more it's gonna be, yeah, it's a greeting card. Hello.
So, you stick your arm in, and other than feeling a little bit colder, you don't detect anything unusual.
All right, then the next test, let's stick our head through, kind of peek around, and I'll just leave my head in there and breathe the air normally and see if I am feeling woozy.
All right. So you pop your head through the wall of mist, and it's, you can see through it, but not as far as you could before. So you can see a little bit a little bit more of the torch that's lying in the road ahead of you. Sound. Is the guys back on the road? Are you guys talking or anything, making any noise?
I think we're kind of just waiting for Orsik to scream or something.
Waiting with bated breath.
Gotcha. With your head in the cloud of mist, things do seem more muffled. Ambient noise that you could hear just a few seconds before is significantly quieter or distorted. Else? I think that is everything. You don't feel woozy or like you're out of breath or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll return to my friends and be like, all right. Well, it's normal, but it gets in your ears.
I'll be sure to keep him covered up then.
Nowhere to go but forward.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you want to kind of continue this rope thing, we could do that. I don't know if abduction is really what would happen. More like ambush is what it smells like, but
Well, I think I like the rope idea for 2 reasons. Number 1, it'll let us communicate even if we can't hear or see each other. So say the fog gets thicker.
yeah.
We won't get lost as easy. And I forget the second reason why I like it, but I think that counts for 2 reasons.
We bought a lot of rope and we're gonna use it.
So, I have another idea, and I realize it's coming from me, so I don't know how much bias there is in this. But I think instead of
It's gonna be a grappling hook, isn't it?
Instead of roping us, well, no, I guess we should rope us to each other. I was gonna say we should all just rope ourselves to the cart, but to have like a base of operations. But I think it's smarter to sort of rope us in series.
Well, how about this? We got a piece of rope that's like 50 feet long. That's like hella rope.
Well, we have 7 such pieces of rope.
Okay, so we could like.
We got a lot of rope.
So hypothetically, we could like pick one person to be like the central figure, and just tie everyone to that one person, so that if nothing else, one person could be aware of everyone, and then also like rope one person to the cart, and by one person I mean Felix.
Oh, yep, correct.
So it's
I
going
like
for
this idea.
going for hub and spoke versus token.
Yes.
So it's like I could go first if you guys want. you could all rope yourselves to Felix. Sorry, all of us would rope ourselves to Felix, and then there would also be a rope leading to the cart. So like,
Wait. So we all rope ourselves to Felix, and we all rope ourselves to the cart,
No, I mean we could all rope
or it's
ourselves
all
to
to Felix and then
Or
Felix.
all to the cart.
and then Felix ropes himself to the cart. Is what I meant.
I
'Cause,
think that's a better idea, because if each person ropes themselves to the cart, there's no communication happening there.
I agree.
Yeah.
Although I guess the cart would know what's going on, but that
gonna say-
seems less helpful.
You don't trust Bongo Cart?
I mean, helpful.
I trust
just
Bongo
not
Cart.
as helpful.
Bongo Cart doesn't have a mouth.
That's unfortunate. We need a sentient cart.
We do.
I think I just need to learn to spell magic mouth.
That sounds disturbing.
Speak with cart.
Yeah, that
Speak
sounds
with
like
cart.
that's in like the late night, not child appropriate shows.
Oh, I was just saying so it could speak.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I'm down with the rope strategy.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm good with it.
Alrighty.
I already got a fancy rope tied to me, so I'm ready.
All right. So, sorry, setting stuff up. So you are tying yourselves together, and I'm sorry, what was the topology you settled on?
I think Felix
I don't know what.
would we would look like a plus sign where Felix is in the middle of that, and each spoke is 3 of the spokes are one of us, and then 1 other spoke is the cart. I think.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this, where it's. So it's rope. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. It's. Wit is connected to me, Fal Dune is connected to Felix, Orsik is connected to Felix, Felix is connected to Cart.
All right, I'm on a different page at the moment, but hang on just a second. Like I'm
Hey,
working
Fal
on
Dune, move yourself up one.
a little map section.
Shoot, that was the torch. So it's basically like this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And like, if
Got
we want
rope,
to be in a different
rope,
configuration, I'd be okay with
rope. Rope.
Yeah, I'm down for any suggestions, whatever you guys want. Put the meat shield wherever you want.
Meat shield on front.
Yeah, I think this is a good idea.
Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah, I do think replacing Orsik and Fal Dune is not a bad idea.
Then we could like try and
But-
confuse the enemy and just do a whirlwind attack and just spin.
Yeah, I'm
I
for this.
like the sound of this already.
You know, originally when you said the grappling hook is just
What
gonna
did I
be
just do?
like a bunch of stuff, I was thinking, oh, that's like a sweet flail. I wonder if I can like wield it and like pick up like a bunch of just bullshit in the cart.
Dreams do come true.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
Random question.
Okay.
Is oh, hold on. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Felix just kind of disappeared. Oh,
I was
something
afraid
else.
that happened.
Blinking out of existence.
What happened?
DM, I might have deleted myself thinking that I had selected a rope.
Hang on.
I mean, you just go onto your character sheet and drag the picture out onto.
I have, but I don't have any dynamic lighting on me at the moment. So it's just a black screen.
Quick!
Ah.
Adam, go to Seraphim and copy and paste his token.
I mean, oh, yeah, there you go. That would also do it.
Because I'm pretty sure there would still be dynamic lighting on there. At first I thought this was an actual thing where it's like, oh, yep, World Magical Surge, it happened again.
Hope I wish. Oh, thank you.
I think I
Save.
found. Oh, let's see. Let's see if this makes. It's like frickin' everybody has vision.
Up everybody, all of us.
Oh.
We switching spots?
Yeah, hey, Fal Dune, you want to move a little bit to the Thing southeast.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. So you've got ropes. You're all tied together, right?
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Yep.
Yeah, can't possibly fail.
Nope.
I reserve the right to cut this rope and run. Just
Yep.
letting you all know.
At all times, have a dagger ready in case we need a bail.
Yeah.
Is it your sticky dagger?
Sorry, come again?
Is it your sticky dagger?
Yes. Obviously. I mean, it got sure
Yeah,
grip on that. Come on.
All right. You are all roped together in formation, ready to go.
Onward.
I'm just gonna say again, what could possibly go wrong?
Okay. So you forge ahead and push through the wall of mist. You all experience the same thing that Orsik did when he first put his head through, a mild sensation of cold, and then all of the sound around you is suddenly muted and much quieter than it was before.
Can I ask, does it remind me of the time that we went through the wall at the wizard tower? Kind of cold and weird.
Which wall did you go through? Oh, like the barricade outside the wizard
Yeah.
tower? Not quite the same as that. So
Okay.
the wall at the wizard tower, while the sensation might have felt similar, that was like a single atom thick curtain kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you pass through it and then you're in, whereas this is more of a,
Thick boy.
it's filled in.
Okay.
Are we like 100% muted? Like, I want to turn to my friends and hello. Can I can hear myself? Can they hear me?
You would have to shout to be heard, but you can still communicate.
Okay, I was okay. All right.
Alright.
Scary.
Weird.
From where I'm... Can I see Orsik if I look to my left? Or, like, see Felix if I look just behind me?
Yes. So with the position that you guys are in right now in your current formation, you can see each other, but you can't see more than a couple of feet past each other.
Okay. If anyone wants to, like, change direction or anything, you may have to let us know. Because, I feel like wandering off would be a real bad idea.
Right.
I say that out loud if it makes a difference.
Makes sense to me. Also, I've got one of them magic thingies, jazz hands, where I can message you, and I think that'll cut through the fog. So if you're like away, but you need to tell me something, just like yank on the rope a couple of times, and I'll DM you as soon as I can.
Cool.
Did you just tell him that you would slide into his DMs?
Oh my gosh, you
Okay, yeah.
absolutely did.
All right. Now that we're past that, I guess. So, you continue walking down the road, I assume, not taking any off-road journeys on this part.
Oh, what am I, stupid?
Yeah, I think we should stick to the road. It's
All right.
the only sign of civilization for fucking light years around.
Right.
All right. Everybody go ahead and let's see. What was our last hour? We did hour 5. Oh, and then you did all those perceptions. That would have been hour 6. Go ahead and give me your perceptions for the next hour. And these will be with disadvantage.
Ooh, my favorite kind.
Disadvantage. Dun dun dun.
Doesn't even matter.
Looking good, guys. This fog's weird, and I hate it.
Yep. So, continuing to forge on through the eerie silence, you don't run across anything unusual, fortunately. Let's see. That's that. For the next hour, let me grab this. Wrong map. I accidentally went to the egg map. That was fun.
Aw, egg map.
That's
It
always the
wasn't
best.
exactly what you were looking for.
You are correct.
Got him.
That was really fun doing nothing while you guys drew pictures on eggs.
Dragon egg.
100%.
Dragon egg real. I remember because with the 2 parentheses, it's an even multiple of 3. 3 being the
That's
number
right.
of colors of paints we had access to.
That's right. Real.
Hang on, somebody's lighting needs to be changed. Second. Oh, there it is. No. Give me just a sec. Checking the tokens here. The new dynamic lighting has more functionality, but there's more clicking to do.
Oh, lame.
Okay. So, you guys are continuing to walk down the road in this eerie, mute fog, and grab all of that. Oop, accidentally left the cart behind. Don't want to do that.
Ugh.
And you, as you're walking along the road, you come across a, let's see, who's in front?
I think that'd be...
Orsik is in front.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Orsik, you spot it first, but it's only a few more steps before everybody else spots it as well. As you're walking along the road, there comes a point in front of you where the road just suddenly seems to end. And there's just this black space on the ground that stretches across the path and out of sight in both directions. You can see that this black space is only maybe 10 feet across, and you can see that the road resumes on the other side of it, but there's just this, it looks like this empty void where the ground, the road, nothing even seems to exist in this space.
Ah, fuck. Roll 20 must have glitched again, dude.
Can we throw something? Can I like just kick a stone down it, just to see if I can hear anything, or does it like? Well, what happens when I kick it?
Well, we can try, but if the mist is really dense and the drop is more than like a couple of feet, I don't think we'd hear anything regardless.
Yeah, I wanted to
I'm
know
all for the idea, but
to see if it would fall through or if it would like instantly evaporate.
Well, is it a
that
drop
makes
or is
sense.
it just like a black curtain?
So if you're gonna just kick a stone into it?
Sure.
To see, just to see if it goes into is it a hole or is it like black death?
So you walk up to the edge and you kind of kick a stone, and as it crosses over from the normal terrain onto the black space, the stone disappears. And then after a second or two, it clatters out onto the roadway on the other side. Well, clatters, I say that. You can just barely hear it as it comes out onto the roadway on the other side several seconds after you gave it a light kick in. Longer than it would have taken if you had just kicked a stone normally over that distance.
I'm gonna begin tugging on the rope that binds us together to send some signals to A, don't keep walking.
Yeah, I'm gonna relay that message by tugging on everyone else's ropes in the "Hey, let's get together" signal.
Just wait up for a second, guys.
Which I think means Felix just grabs everyone's ropes and reels them into him.
It's just like a couple of tugs. I guess I could spin and everyone would get in, but then I'd
go. Okay, I was gonna make a joke whereby, the let's convene symbol, it sounds like this, and I was gonna hold my headphones up to the microphone and do the Bongo Cat cowbell. Yes. I then learned by clicking on it, the left click hits the left bongo, the right click hits the right bongo. And the middle click meows. Oh my god.
Well,
My God, you're right.
I think we've lost Fal Dune for the rest of the session then.
No, hang on. He's lost me too.
These chubby little hands, they're so cute.
I just like to hold it down so its little mouth is just like, oh.
Pippin, what are you doing?
He's the three-eyed cat. I'm the three-eyed kitten.
Alright, so what do we want to do about this situation?
I kind of feel like we're gonna have to go in through it eventually, but I'm pretty wigged out by that stone. And, like, the fact that it seemed to take a greater amount of time passing through there than it should have.
Maybe build a makeshift bridge or leap over it.
It's weird,
Can we
man.
go over it?
Wait, we have like 4 grappling hooks.
Yeah.
My dudes. We have a very sticky grappling hook as well.
We do. I mean,
Try going over it.
What
I mean,
do you recommend we do with it?
we
So-
can try and throw it over there and see if we can get something, like pull it taut. And if all of us pull on it, we can see if it's safe.
I agree, that is an option. However, I'd like to ask the DM something, which is, I was taking notes while it was being explained, so I didn't catch it maybe correctly. What does it look like? Does it look like a black curtain that stretches all the way up to the sky? Or is it like a bottomless pit that the blackness only starts at the ground and then goes down?
So the second one, it seems to be almost an absence of anything rather than the presence of something, but it is at the ground. Like, what you can see there is just this blackness that stretches across the ground.
Okay, so it's like, it almost looks like a chunk error in Minecraft.
That's actually honestly kind of the vibe I was going for. If
Okay.
a chunk error in Minecraft, if you had just replaced all the visual below ground level with just black.
Nothing. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
but
Great.
there's no black above the surface?
Correct. No black above the surface.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. I was imagining a curtain.
Yeah, you can see the road on the other side, but there's just this
Ah, I
what
see.
seems to be just this bottomless, endless nothingness.
Hmm.
Pit in front of them.
Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do with the cart?
It's...
Good point.
I'll be honest, I'm more concerned about the cart at the moment than I'm concerned with us. If for nothing
Me too.
else, than for Felix's well-being.
Bongo cart.
How long was the space? The like, is it 10 feet, 20 feet wide?
It's about 10 feet across.
Checks out.
I can't start. I see a tree here. Could we potentially cut down the tree and
I was gonna
somehow
say,
get the cart across?
yeah, I recommend we search for some kind of like a bridge.
Yeah, or make our own bridge.
Like a tree-shaped bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to stick my head in that.
That's probably a good idea.
Probably one of the wisest things you've ever said.
Yep. Upwards or downwards searching for a tree? Half
Well, I mean, I
left or
see
half
what
right.
right here. Do we want to try to like cut it? Are we looking for something in particular with a tree? Will this one not work? Is really what I'm asking.
Oh, I didn't. That was
you-
kind of far from the path. I didn't know if that was like metagaming or something. But also, I think if we find one that's already been felled, it'd be a lot faster than trying to chop down a fresh one.
That's fair.
Yeah, sounds good.
Wait a second, dude. I may have a solution to this. Perhaps relating back to something I tried and failed to do earlier today.
Water.
So here's the question I have concerns the cantrip Mold Earth. I'm gonna just put cast it just so all the words come up on the screen.
Gotcha.
I have a question for you as the DM, and I guess for anyone else, if their opinion counts for anything. Is that some players would kind of like interpret the rules of how things work in such a way that, like, since a cantrip only takes one action, and one action can be done in a round of combat, which is 6 seconds, then you can kind of manipulate a 5-foot cube of earth every 6 seconds, which over the course of like a few minutes can add up to like a lot. So over the course of like 5 minutes, you can excavate out just a chunk of earth from the ground that's like the size of a house. Just due to the fact that the cantrip costs an action is only 6
Right.
seconds, and like you can do a 5-foot cube every time you cast it, which is once every 6 seconds.
Right,
Uh,
right. Yeah, you're like a walking backhoe if you really run the numbers on that.
Right.
You really are, though. That's kind of wow.
Like it gets pretty insane. People have done the math of it's like, yeah, if you take like an 8 hours every day to excavate out earth, in like a week you could have like the entire state of Rhode Island carved out or something.
Never thought of it that way.
What's that? Like 2 square blocks?
Yeah. So
Go.
congratulations. You have a pit the size of Rhode Island. No one will be able to tell it apart from Rhode Island.
But my question is that kind of thing allowed? Because like I don't want to be like, yeah, obviously you can do it, because it seems like the spirit of mold earth is for like smaller kinds of things.
I mean, if you want to use it as more of a, like I will allow that within reason. I don't know if we're gonna try and like build some sort of massive tower to the sky or anything out of dirt, but you have the ability to shape Earth, so I want you to use it.
Okay.
Alright, well, funny enough, I also have that cantrip.
Whoa.
So I guess we could double team this with our
You guys are gonna
magic.
Wibbly wobbly.
Forget this adventure. We're just gonna be grave diggers.
Ooh, we can make so much money.
So what I'm thinking we could do is, like, there's nothing stopping one of us from leaping over this pit and being on the other side. We could like attach ropes to the cart, and then we could like use the magic which I just mentioned and definitely in canon explain to all of you, to like carve out kind of like a ramp on the other side, such that the other side of this pit would now be lower. So we could have 2 people on this side and push the cart across, and then have 2 people on the other side with ropes tied to the cart, and they pull it across. And hopefully we can do that fast enough and make the ramp that starts low enough to just like push the cart over. Because I really want to keep this cart. That's like it's holding all of our stuff, and Felix seems to be like in tune with the universe while he's around this cart.
Right?
What do you mean
Yes,
the ramp
yeah,
that
actually.
starts? What do you mean the ramp that starts low enough?
So okay.
He wants to reduce the elevation on the far side so you can shove the cart across.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
I'll-
So you want it to start high and end low.
Yeah. So sorry. So like, can
I mean,
everyone see
he's
this
high.
on
I
the
mean the opposite of what you said.
So like, here's the pit, right? Of indeterminable
Oh, yeah.
depth. So
Yeah, I can tell.
here's where the cart is.
Correct.
So I'm thinking, on this side over here, we chop off like this much of it, and then make a ramp that like
Okay.
goes up and then continues onto the road.
Oh. I
So
see.
we could push the cart from this side, and it'll fall down a little bit, but it'll still catch on the other
And-
side because we dug it out far enough.
So to be clear, like to clarify, because I'm sure that my description is probably lacking to describe something of this oddity.
Oh, I understand. There's nothing there.
I describe it as an utter absence of anything, a void. So a pit is a good approximation, but
Right,
you
but like,
don't actually know or have any evidence so far that there is
No, there's
actually
nothing
an elevation change, like
Oh.
okay.
being next to it and being in it.
So it
You
could
just
it-
can't see what's there.
got it. So it could just be like, I don't want to give anything away here, but for all our characters
So
know,
it
it could
could
just be
be-
like 2 inches down.
Or it could be this. Where we're here and then this is just a giant wall.
Oh. So can we?
Could be. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying it could be.
Got it.
Well, but you can see the road on the other side.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, never mind.
Or is it an illusion?
So, better way to describe it.
There is no wall.
Someone went to Joanne's Fabric and they bought a big ass roll of black fabric and they just rolled it out across the landscape. And there's just this it's absolutely black strip that you can't see into or through, but it's between you and what's on the other side. And when Orsik kicked a rock at it, it disappeared for several seconds before it came out on the other side of the black strip.
Okay. I got you.
Sorry, this is probably a failing of my descriptive abilities.
No, it's right.
No, it's just
Yeah, you're
difficult to
fine.
comprehend. You know, it's right there, but like, is it really there?
Yeah, like it sounds.
No, and I misunderstood, so I apologize because I kept calling it a pit. Though I think, to be fair, Orsik would totally look at that and be like, "It's a pit."
This
There's
is
a
a common
pit.
misconception.
Absence of nothing to break his small brain.
Yeah, it seems like a
Smooth
really.
brain.
It seems like a really creative thing that I just hadn't had a frame of reference of before.
Well,
It's not something that anyone, it's not something that you encounter that you have an easy parallel to,
Not in the last couple days.
right? I mean, hey, 2020 is not over.
Right.
Don't say that. Shh, shh.
Jesus Christ, the reality crisis of 2020.
Give it any more ideas.
hey, remember when murder hornets were the biggest thing we had to deal with in 2020?
Jeez.
Remember when the Australian wildfires was the worst thing to happen in 2020? That was this year.
Those are
Remember
still
the
pretty
race
rough.
riots?
That's what
Yeah.
happened.
Just, man, what a year!
Yeah, wait. Remember, the election is bound to spark some fun stuff.
I don't know.
That too.
Oh, sure.
I don't know whether I want it to be 2021 to just be out of 2020, or if like we haven't even seen 2020's final form.
It's
I haven't
ramping up
seen
for
its
the
final
season
form.
finale. I'm gonna just be real. It's season finale.
It's like Game of Thrones. It's gonna ramp up, and the finale's just gonna be crap. Yep. So I'm good with this earth molding strategy.
Do we want to? So we heard the rock come out on the other side of this strip of nothing, right?
That's what I'm led to believe.
Do we want to like
You
experiment?
Orsik just barely was able to hear the rock come out on the other side.
So I think maybe what we could do is we could take another one of the 3 unused ropes that we currently have, tie it to something, and then just chuck that something over and like confirm that it lands. Because I'll be honest, as much as I trust Orsik, I don't really trust Orsik.
Fair enough.
It is some pretty compelling math.
You know,
Uh,
just
I mean-
to test it.
Even better than that, if we can pull it back to our side and examine what
Yeah, see, that's
happened as it went through.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
envisioning this scenario in which we throw it through, and we then pull it back, but it's been like
It's
erased.
just the stub of the rope.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like
And
the
it's
Skittles
wet, has
commercial.
chew marks on it. Oh, it'd be great.
Well, we're just going back. Forget this. Let's just drink.
It's like the Skittle commercial where the guy drops a Skittle in a pool of acid, so he reaches in and he just pulls back a stump, and the other guy looks at him and he rolls up his sleeves and sticks it in there too.
Can we just talk that
I have
Skittles
not seen that
commercials are
Skittles
weird?
commercial, and it sounds terrifying.
It's so awful.
It was weird, dude. They made some like the only way I can describe it is they made some whack Skittles commercials back in like the early 2000s. All right, so let's do it. What are we doing with this rope? What do we want to tie to it? Oh, here's what we could do.
We could tie to just like a tree branch or something.
I've got a better idea, which involves me using magic, which I'm like more all about. I would like to. I would like to just like lay the end of the rope, which we plan on throwing into the nothingness. Lay
Sure.
that on the ground, and then use mold
Yeah.
earth to like pact a bunch of dirt around it. So it's like we've now made a softball-sized, like compressed
Oh,
dirt ball
sure, yeah, that's a good idea.
around this thing.
I'm fine with that.
Just like we got dirt in abundance. We don't gotta
It's like a
fucking look for
bolo.
it. It's right down there.
Sure, I'm
Alright.
down. It's a good idea.
Are we gonna try to like throw it to the other side, or like lower it down onto where the strip of nothing is?
Well, I think we should do both. I think first we should kind of chuck it across, and then we'll just reel it in slowly. And if it sort of dangles and hits, if there is a bottom, we'll know. But when that doesn't happen, we'll know that there's no bottom.
Okay, I'm good with that.
So what was the thing you were attaching to the end? I heard dirt and
We've got a 50-foot bit of rope, and
Mhm.
then on one end of it, Fal Dune is molding a softball-sized piece of dirt onto the end of it.
Okay.
Like compacting it and
got it. So you craft this creation,
Mhm.
and then who's gonna take it up and give it a toss?
I'm indifferent.
Same.
I mean, I've got a card I need to, protect.
I'll do it. I'll go for it.
Alrighty.
Alright,
Here's
here
your
it
rope
goes.
with the dirt on it.
Eeh. I would like to perform a yeet check once again.
All right. Go ahead and roll your yeet save.
Alright, hold on.
He's got a macro for this, I know him.
I do.
Yeah.
What?
Did
That's
it not
not-
save?
That is not an unrecognized command, and you fucking know it. There we go. Still,
What?
I didn't realize it would show the formula.
Need a formula.
All right. So you're
Just
able
less
to
of the moon.
right.
They call me Pico Spill.
You are able to chuck the dirt clod across the aberration, and you toss it in, and it disappears as it crosses over the border on your side. And then several seconds later, and obviously a longer time than it should have taken a dirt clod to cross 10 feet, it comes out on the other side and lands on the road. Still attached to the rope, obviously.
Huh.
Well,
Right,
that's good.
Yeah.
I'll then try to like reel it back in.
All right. So you give a pull on the rope, and like immediately on your side, you feel the slack come out of the rope, and like you feel resistance as you pull the piece of dirt back. But looking across at the other side, it's several seconds after you feel that resistance that it actually starts to move, and then comes back, disappears into the blackness, and several seconds later comes back out on your side.
This is fucking weird.
Oh my God.
Like, I guess it's fine, aside from the fact that it's obviously, like, taken way long to, like, perform meaningful actions. Does one of us just want to, like, go for it? Just because it seems like... unless
it
we want
seems
to...
like we will come across event. Oh, did we check to see if there was like an actual floor? Oh, no. Yeah, we didn't check to see if there was a floor, did we?
we did not.
We might have to
So-
like
do that next.
jump across.
So as Fal Dune was pulling it back across, just
Oh,
from the pressure on the rope, it didn't seem like it fell at any point. It seemed like it pulled straight across.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I say we just we rope up and then go across individually, I guess.
Do we want to try going, like, real fast, like, taking a running start and, like, charging through?
That's speaking my language.
Just because, like,
Probably a good idea.
if it makes things slower, I would rather be moving fast and then be
Yeah.
slowed down, as opposed to moving slow and then slow down even more.
Oh, here's what we should do. We should send one person across, and then I'll message them and be like, "Hey, what happened?" And then I'll relate to the rest of the group.
You know
And
what?
then
Alright.
we'll-
I
Like-
can
like
take a
we'll
little run and
we'll
leap.
send some- Yep, that'll play.
You know what we should do? You should try to message somebody as they're in the middle of the null zone, and see if like
Oh, it's a good
your
idea.
speech is really slow to us, and vice versa.
Okay, I mean, sure.
I like your name for it. I'm going to
Yeah.
actually adopt that.
Like that, I'm gonna patent.
Okay.
It. Want a quarter every time
Go
somebody
with
says it.
Well, if I disintegrate, it's been a lot of fun. Take care of my buddy Barrel.
Yep.
And with that, I
Will do.
turn and I run at full sprint, and I'm basically going to try to leap over this, but I have a good idea of what's going to happen.
Make a yeet check.
All right. So Orsik takes a running leap and attempts to jump through, and as he crosses over the border, he disappears.
Hey, Orsik, how you doing?
And Orsik, hang on for a second here.
Oh boy.
I don't like it. Do we just kill Orsik?
Does he?
Oh, we killed Orsik,
Fuck.
guys.
Does he fall unconscious? Is he just gonna die outright?
A mist creature is gonna spawn out the other side.
Shaped like Orsik.
It makes so much sense. Oh god, he's taking him into another room. He's being dismantled. They're just chilling and they're like, yeah, time slowed down, but nothing's bad's happening.
Hey, so how's your weekend?
God, finally away from Fal Dune and fucking Felix and his grappling hooks. Like, we get it, you like spreadsheets and Bongo Cat. It's gonna be the title.
All like.
It's gonna be the title of my autobiography. It must be really freaky for, like, any birds or anything flying over this, like, nothing space.
Probably.
Like, birds.
But, like, I wonder if they would notice. Or if it's just, like, time passes normally for them, when in reality, in the outside, time's moving, like, so much faster.
They're tiny bird brains. They probably don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'd be really weird if, like, a hawk was chasing a little sparrow or something, and they passed through this nothing space as it happened, and the hawk was like, where the fuck did that sparrow go?
And I bet DM was like, oh, they're gonna get all the way to the dungeon today. This is awesome. We haven't had a combat yet. And then we've spent the last hour quibbling about how we're gonna get over this 10-foot stretch of nothing.
To be fair, we first spent like 20 minutes quibbling over how to pass like the stationary fog thing.
It is true.
We kind of spend like, you know, at least 30 minutes discussing every single, you know, obstacle we cross.
That's fair, but at the same time, I also don't really want to die.
Same. No, I really appreciate
I think
it.
it's a fair trade-off.
I'm happy to spend time discussing. Oh.
All right. So the three of you on the left here, Orsik disappears into the darkness, and there's a couple of seconds there where he's missing, just like with the other objects that you threw across, and then he pops out the other side. Orsik, so yelling back and forth probably won't be very effective, but you can still see him. So Orsik, if you want to describe what you're doing.
Oh, I've got the I'll try messaging him, because with message is a two-way, short conversation.
Okay. You'll see him before you can start the message. So, Orsik, how are you behaving once you're on the other side, and then we'll switch to the message portion.
Yeah. So I emerge and I kind of shake my head a little bit, and then I turn around to my companions and I give them a thumbs up.
Good enough for me.
Let's go, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I'll go next.
Should we question him, maybe? Can I roll insight on Orsik to make sure he's actually, like...
Orsik?
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
As soon as I remember how to find it.
Nice insight. So just from being able to see him without being able to really hear him, it looks like Orsik. It seems legitimately like it is Orsik, although he seems somewhat a little bit stressed or agitated.
Well, I think going
he,
through magical mist portal would be kind of stressful.
Yeah, we've been DMing each other, and he's,
Right into his DMs, didn't
and he said it wasn't a very pleasant experience, but it's not outright dangerous. So,
Alright.
I guess we're good to go.
I wonder how.
Just brace yourselves for a not great time.
Cool. So long as it's not invasions of the body snatchers or anything, let's go.
I hope not. I wonder how the rock felt when we threw that through the space.
Probably
I'm a
not
rock! I'm a rock.
I wish I was a log.
And
good. I wish you had a clue.
Sorry, Elizabeth was talking to me. What are we doing?
We are going through,
I'll go
preparing
next.
ourselves for a not a great time.
All right, who's going first?
I volunteer.
fun.
All right.
Felix, try to like do that mind talk words thing to me as I like run inside.
All right, I'll try.
Here.
Ew.
All right. And boop.
I didn't want to say anything, but there was a thing like this in an Adventure Time episode in like season 4.
Oh, was there?
Not exactly.
I don't know. I
It
don't know
was
if I've seen season 4.
Magic Man is like the dickhead from season 1,
Mm-hmm.
and Jake made a sandwich, which was like the ultimate perfect sandwich. Magic Man like put it outside in a bubble, where as soon as you passed the surface of the bubble, just time started moving at like 1/1000th speed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that episode. I don't think I've seen that one.
Okay. I was gonna try making my character sad and walk through it first, because that was how Jake the dog solved it. But apparently that may not be the key to this this time.
Oh, okay. So here's what you get. So you take the leap. As you cross over the border, everything gets dark around you, and you are still kind of an out of body experience, nightmare kind of a thing. So you're still aware of your body, and you're aware of the fact that you're still attempting to run through this, but everything is going really slow. And on top of all of that, you have these visions, again invoking kind of a nightmare feeling, of people that you have known from your past or people that you have seen. You recognize some of them as like villagers and other people that you've interacted with recently. And they're reaching out to you like as if for help, and they're like something you can't see in the shadows behind them is like cutting them down and tearing them apart and ripping them away from you, and they're dying, and you can't reach them or you can't get to them to help them in time.
Aw. Could I like, is it a situation where I could do something about it, or is it just like dream space where you're just kind of paralyzed and these things are happening?
Dream space. So you're aware of yourself still trying to move through this darkness, but you're seeing these things in your mind's eye at the same time. And this seems like it lasts for a long time, when in reality, you know, it's probably only a couple of seconds.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? We good with that?
Yeah, I would just like you to know, me, Logan, and Kimber were having some very interesting conversations while you were talking with Orsik.
Uh-oh. What about?
Honestly, I don't remember. I did come up with the name for my autobiography, which was, he likes spreadsheets and bongo cats.
I like it.
Sorry, he likes spreadsheets and bongo cat, singular, as there can only be one bongo cat.
Well, duh. Yeah, obviously. So I will pop you back out the other side. As far as the message that Felix is trying to send you, you don't hear any of it while you're in the space, but as soon as you come out the other side, you can.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah, I think I got it.
All right.
Minutes of my house, but we've done all the escape rooms there. So now we have to go like an hour and a half away from my house just to find new escape rooms to do.
Or
Good problem to have.
Or in California speak, like 15
Yeah.
miles.
Right. So,
Sorry.
nope, you're good. Fal Dune, after several seconds of absence, after he's dropped into whatever this space is, he pops out the other side alongside Orsik, and Fal Dune, what do you do when you come out?
Well, first I respond to Felix's message. Apparently, it was on hold for that time.
Oh.
And I'd like, Felix. Wait, can you both like hear me still?
Can we?
Yeah.
Through the message spell, yes. More difficult if he's just like yelling.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then I guess I'll do this through the message spell. And I'll be like, yeah, I mean, it's just time slowed down a little bit, but it's not like... Yeah, it's not that bad.
Oh, okay. He said it wasn't that bad, but time slowed down.
It's weird.
Oh.
I mean, I really have a choice.
I say let's just go for it.
You want to jump together?
Sure.
Wait. Never mind. I just remembered I can't hear
Alright. Well, I'm going.
Let's go.
Okay. So you guys you get a running start, just walking through it.
I mean, personally, I'd like
Oh.
to do a spin.
I'm
Just
sorry,
a
you
little
cut off
round.
right at the end.
A spin. I'm gonna do like a power walk because I've got the cart with me. I can't really do like a dead sprint.
Okay. And you guys go in at the same time?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, let's company.
All right. So you guys enter, and I'm not gonna move their tokens to the other layer for this one. You two enter, and let me bump you real quick. For Wit and for Fal Dune and Orsik, they disappear obviously as they enter the border of the thing.
Yeah, so hey, welcome back.
Hey, how's it going?
Was it like a dream for you too?
Not... Oh, yeah, it was. I forgot I wasn't in character anymore. But yeah, it was. I've gone to that well one too many times, I guess. Actually, what I did was it allowed me to talk to birds and other small animals.
Whoa. Really?
No.
Okay, mine was not that. Mine was like in a dream state, and then it like quickly turned to like a nightmare where I was seeing possessions and people, or not people, but things that I had connections to, but not. It almost felt like from maybe past lives that wasn't used, but it was like you see a bunch of possessions that you feel like you've owned, but they're now being taken away from you.
It wasn't actually the birds thing. I was making a joke about the ring in the last campaign.
Oh, you fucker got me again.
It was a similar kind of thing where it was like a nightmare in which, you know how kind of like in a dream it's really there, but it's kind of not really there.
Yeah.
Apparently it was like all the people around me. Like there were people around me who I recognized from just my past, like people from the village I used to live in and whatever else. And they were just like being taken away by some abstract, malevolent force. And I was like helpless to do anything about it. And I just watched like, ah.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't great.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know whether or not to hope that it was just a metaphor. Or like some kind of premonition or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I don't think Orsik would know how to make heads or tails as to what to make any sense out of any of that. Yeah, I don't think he's got it. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, I'm back.
Because you're here, does that mean that you've already crossed through the threshold?
Yep.
So I can ask you about it?
Sure.
Was it like a nightmare to you?
Yeah, you could say that. I would describe it more as like the worst experience I've ever personally had to live through.
Like worse than the ants in your eyes?
Oh yeah.
Was it even
Oh,
worse than
fuck.
when I pushed? Yeah, actually, never mind.
Yep, worse than that one.
Never mind. I just realized I had hoped you'd forgotten about that by now.
I had forgotten what the fuck did you push me into the rat?
To be fair, I meant to like push you out of the way. It just so happened you're big and clumsy. I love how the next section you described it as like, oh yeah, no problem, just forcing me down there to live with my mortal enemy. I wish I hadn't said anything now that you've forgotten about it.
I totally forgot.
But I haven't done it since, and that's what's really important.
Oh,
Haven't you done?
Only 'cause
I
you haven't
really-
had the opportunity.
There's
Hey,
so-
welcome to the other side. We hope you enjoy your stay.
All right, so everybody's now out on the far side, which is now the near side, I guess, of the null zone, as Fal Dune called it.
So she's out, right? I see that she's out.
Yes.
I want to ask Wit, was it like a nightmare to you?
Yeah, like I couldn't run.
Yeah, me too.
I was in a cage. What about
Ooh.
you guys?
I had possessions like being ripped away from me. All possessions.
I couldn't imagine that if I tried.
Yeah, that sucks. I watched my sister die.
Ooh.
If we're sharing.
You have a sister?
Also, yeah, you have a sister?
Oh, sorry. You had a sister?
Yeah.
Weird. Fucking Nolzo.
Yeah, big frown.
Make the army face a lot.
I didn't have anything like quite so personal as that. It was just like everyone I've known being taken away from me by some kind of like malevolent, evil cloud force thing.
Pretty personal.
Like Wit was stuck in a cage. I feel like that's a bit more like, man, a cage, damn. Like that's.
Well, I mean, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do anything.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's taken away your source of power.
So you all feel.
Am I without Big Bertha?
So physically, you all feel more or less fine. The muffling effects of the fog that were present on the other side are still present here, but the absolute, like the total silence and the slowing down of time that were present while you were in that zone are not. So things are back to as they were before you entered it.
Cool.
I'd like to just lightly like kick that. No, it doesn't have to be that same rock, but I just want to see if time is slow here. I want to see if everything feels normal, and I just want to see if the rock will move that like I would expect.
So you're just kicking it like across the ground.
Yes. Yep.
It seems to move normally. No,
Okay.
nothing unusual about it.
Okay.
The sound is a little bit muffled again, as it has been in this in this thicker fog for a while, but not like it was in the blackness.
Can we tell if the fog is thicker on this side than it was on the other?
It seems about the same.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, no news is good news, right? We're not dead. I guess we continue.
Right? We're just hanging around here. Let's go.
Yeah. Screw this zone.
Yeah, if we could.
Yeah,
Next
man.
time we're bringing a bridge.
Make a bridge.
Did any of us try just like jumping over?
I mean,
I
I
did.
spin jump.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Well, as soon as I jumped into it, like it just
Dang it.
ate me.
Zone.
I do want to check just to make sure. I think I would notice this. I have all my equipment. Yes.
Yes, nothing seems to be missing or
Okay.
damaged or anything like that.
Fucking Null Zone robbed me. I got
Yeah.
mobbed.
Why am I naked?
Where's all my gold?
Okay.
Very elaborate high-tech highway robbery.
I'm good then to continue.
I'm good as well.
Let's roll.
Yep, same. Put as much distance between us and that as possible.
So we have to go back through it to go home.
Or,
I'm serious about that bridge thing.
yeah, I was gonna say, perhaps if we like elevate ourselves, just like purely in a physical sense, and like leap over it, perhaps that would work.
Really a physical
What if we did?
Man, Fal Dune wants us to get high? Whoa, what a concept.
I mean, it couldn't hurt. I mean, hit some of the happy smoke, if you know what I mean. Marijuana.
Alright, forward then.
Onward.
All right.
Holy,
I'll dump us back to the other map.
far away from here as physically possible.
So yep, you keep walking.
Are we still all tied together?
Oh, that's right. You guys were tied together. I
I
actually
assume so.
I forgot about that.
Oh.
Were you tied together when you went through the thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe so, but there's also... So I tied us together with 50 feet of rope, assuming like 10 feet per loop around each person. That still gives us 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
Essentially away from me.
Yeah, and so it wouldn't have like seriously changed anything as long as there was slack in the rope. The
I'm sure there
the same odd effects would have been noticed on the
Right.
on the rope as you would have seen with the dirt clod that you threw over to the other side. That slight delay, but otherwise the rope was still intact and everything.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
So you are still roped together and moving along down the trail.
Awesome.
I believe so.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead and give me perceptions.
Oof.
And I guess I better roll on my side too. All right. Orsik and Felix are feeling the effects of their travels and aren't paying the best of attention, but fortunately nothing untoward happens. All right, and let's see, one more. Go ahead.
You touching the cart, Logan?
No, I think I'm just roped to it.
That's the
There's
problem.
1 degree of separation between me.
You would like total doom.
All right. Let's see. You aren't able to detect anything else with that one either, and fortunately, nothing attacks you on the road. At this point, you have, as you're walking down the trail, for the last hour or so, things have gotten a little bit rockier, and the trail has kind of started to climb up some, so that you know that you're coming towards some hills or mountains of some kind. And
Alright.
before long, you find cut across the hillside near the trail, there's just a straight, clean, like absolutely
Fuck, not again.
no, an
Oh,
absolutely clean like line cut as if something just evaporated a piece of the terrain. But you can see the dirt and everything through it, but it's almost as if someone just scooped out a straight section of dirt from the hillside near the road.
Oh god.
Oh,
I hope
I
the
don't
Gauth
think that
didn't do
occurred naturally.
that.
No, I doubt that.
At this point, I kind of hope it's the Gauth, just so we don't have to deal with another one of those fucking make me feel sad zones again.
Yeah, I'll take the Gauth every day of the week over that thing.
Depression zone.
All right. So with a few more minutes walking, you reach a point. Hang on. I actually got to look at this map and see how the entrance looks before I. Okay. So the road kind of curves around a large like slab of stone that juts up out of the ground, and as you come around the backside of it, you see a perfectly circular opening with just like crisp edges, no tool marks on them, that seems to have been bored into the rock right there, headed into the ground.
I could do that if I felt like it. You all saw what I did with like the dirt on that path. I could do that, and it would be easy, and it would take like very little time at all.
Well, but this one's bored straight into stone.
Oh no, I could take them.
Okay.
Definitely.
I believe it.
You think this is the place?
I'm gonna assume so.
Fuck, I hope
Guess
so.
so.
Me as well.
So
Go
go for it.
ahead.
Do you want to rest here before we go inside?
Good question.
What I was gonna ask.
Are any of us? Do any of us like need the rest?
I think it's just late in the day, but we haven't done a whole lot other than walk.
Yeah, I don't really particularly need one. I just was kind of throwing it out there in case I don't know your spell slots and stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm good with the Weeble Wobbles. But just by virtue of the fact that it's getting later in the day, I feel like I will need to rest before too long. But for right now, I'm pretty good.
We need to make some of those torches too. Who knows how big this cave is?
It's arts and crafts time.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I'll pick mine dragon
Craft
color.
time. I like it. Break out the glitter.
And
Wait would totally make glitter torches.
All right. So you're setting up. Well, to make the torches, you'll at least need a small fire. So I assume you're gonna build a fire and sit around it for a little while making torches.
Yeah, I think we should probably post up, at least for the time being.
Yeah, maybe we should like head down the road a little ways so we're not right on the dude's like stoop.
That's probably a good idea.
Just because it would suck if the youth was like, "Hey, dude, how's it going? I don't like that you're here." Blah.
Yeah, it's
When
good.
we're like, we're just selling Girl Scout cookies.
Fuck yeah!
And
If
stab.
find any of those, I would have eaten them. Let's come up with something more plausible. Hello, we were lost. Could you invite us in for like? Do you have a map anywhere?
Tea, some crumpets.
We could
I
repay.
think Wit's hungry.
We could repay you with spent torches.
Glitter torch.
Here's sticks.
Can
All
I
right.
interest-
Literally just hand them.
Can I interest you in this dragon egg?
It's real.
It
See, it says so right on the box.
says it.
All right. So you walk down the trail a little ways to get away from the door before you, or the entrance to the cave before you start a fire.
That's
Well, I
my
think
vote.
so.
Yeah.
All right. So you go back and set up a little camp, start a fire, and you've got the pitch to make 10 torches. Who all is going to be working on making torches?
I volunteer.
I'll work for a little bit.
do you guys want me to work or watch?
I mean, two of us should be watching. Maybe two of us? I
Yeah,
don't
if
know.
we're not super sleepy yet, I think probably two of us torching and then two of us watching might not be a bad idea.
I can watch. It's fine.
Good with that.
Although we probably will need some firewood first for the fire.
We get some fire and then
Might
we'll
have to
watch.
check first. That's a good idea. I'm
All right.
about it.
And I think you had some extra firewood from before if someone put it in the
Oh,
if someone
good.
bothered to put it in the cart.
I don't see it in here.
Oh, we did. Because we went over the whole weight of how heavy firewood would be.
Sounds.
Did I maybe? I might have put that in my one by accident.
Lips.
I got it. I will shoot. Orsik, I'm gonna take one of your spots. Add 8, and they each weigh 10. Yeah, we found like that giant log.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Okay, and I think the way we were doing that was that'd be 8 hours of firewood at like 10 pounds an hour.
I believe that's what we said.
Okay, that makes some sense to me. So we'll roll with that. All right.
All right.
So you do have some firewood in the cart then. If you didn't want to gather something now, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I don't really feel like doing that.
I'm fine using this now because maybe the Gauth has firewood. We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know what he collects.
We can be optimistic.
True.
And then we can find some later when he definitely doesn't have any.
It's just like a guy. He's like, yeah, come sit down. Have some stew I've been making.
It's like,
Don't question what.
Yeah, here's my problem with it, is if we look for it now, we definitely have to look for some. If we don't look for some now, we might not have to look later.
there we go.
All problems are problems for future you. I like it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about expected outcomes. Have I got the spreadsheet for you?
All right. So who are the two people that are making torches? I'm going to need survival checks from each of you.
I volunteer.
And then who are the two people that are on watch? I'll need perception from both of you.
I believe that's me.
And
Yeah, I don't think I should be on watch. And I'm sorry, did you say you needed a survival check from the torchbearers?
Survival check from the torch makers. Perception checks from the watchers.
Come on. Be generous. Here we go. Survival. Man,
Nice.
I was really going downhill quick.
All right. So let's see. For the torch makers, you got a 14 and a 4 out of. So you're able to make five torches with the materials that you have. Some of the pitch gets burnt up, particularly by Felix. Has a bit of a hard time controlling it as he heats the pieces that he's using to try and make torches. But you are able to make 5 torches out of it.
Well, that is better than nothing.
So you no longer have a bucket of pitch; you just have a very sticky bucket, and five more torches, 5 less burnt out torches.
All right.
Lots of inventory work to do there. Yay!
your sticky bucket.
All right. Anything else? So at this point, I would say that it is. Oh, sorry. The Watcher's perception 10, 16. So you don't detect anything unusual, and nothing attempts to attack you while they are making torches. At this point, though, with the torch making done, it is. I would say that full night has probably fallen, especially given the time spent this morning gathering the pitch.
That's fair.
So it is now dark.
Boo.
All right, spooky.
Oh.
Well, I don't particularly need to rest, but I'm down to. I mean, if you guys want to do a long rest, I'm down to keep watch. Or also,
Well,
somebody owes me a ration.
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, evening meal. Good idea.
Oh, yeah, food.
I think even though I'm not like super duper tired, I would rather, since we didn't get a great night's sleep last night, I would like to sleep well today so that we are as prepared to face the Gauth as possible.
I agree with that. I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Is this
So-
spot agreed upon? This is where we want to hold ground, or do you want to go into the cave, or anybody's thoughts?
I really don't want to go into the cave because that's like where the Gauth lives. I'd rather be a little bit outside of it, just so if he like goes out to collect his Guoth newspaper or whatever, he's not like, hey, what are you guys doing here?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sounds
I
good to
kinda
me.
agree.
Okay. So you're gonna go for a long rest here.
I think so.
That's my vote.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll do. Can I do 2 watches during the night and still get a long rest?
I would say so, because as the long rest entails just doing something, doesn't have to be sleep. It included just doing something quiet, like being one.
Okay, I'll if we break it up into like, let's say we have 25%, quarters. I'll do 1 in 3. Does that make sense to you guys?
Makes
Are
sense to
you
me.
sure? I'm an elf, dude. I don't sleep. Like I said, I just kind of like stare.
That's a hard scene.
Zones out.
I mean, like, I'll be honest, we could probably get away with, like, Wit doing half of the watch, and then Fal Dune doing the other half of the watch.
I think so.
Because if they both do that trance thing and they sort of, like, offset it.
Titus is
It
awesome.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, hey, I'm down for either way. I just was throwing it out there. Whatever works for
good.
you guys. If there's like a roll or something that you guys have to, I forgot how trance works. If that can fail and you can like, not see something, I'm totally cool. Staying up and walking around doing Orsik stuff.
No, I think they're pretty much just like that cat, just never fails to stare.
This is a
If we're gonna go for a long rest here, I'm probably gonna push that, and we will figure out how the long rest goes at the beginning of next session, because I'm afraid if we try to do it now, we're gonna wind up in an encounter and like run over time.
Now that sounds like us.
We may get lucky and not, but I don't know if I like our chances.
I would rather not bank on us getting lucky because I would usually be right.
Right.
I'd rather.
So, in that case, we can plan on picking up here with figuring out the long rest and then entering into the dungeon next week.
Sorry. Good
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
So, something a little bit different. Trying to add a little bit more to the whole vibe there.
I'm loving it. The suspense is building.
I don't want to go back through that.
I'm gonna be thinking about Null Zone all week. So thanks for that.
No problem. I hope no one has actual nightmares because of it. I hope it's not that not quite that invasive.
I did bet you did the whole like you can't run thing. I was like, oh my gosh, Jello running. That is
Right?
every
Oh,
one
it's
of
the
them.
worst. God, I hate that.
I don't know why.
I know I can sprint in real life.
I rarely have that problem in dreams.
I don't remember where I read this, so it's probably a lie, and I'm probably just making it up. There's at least an 86% chance of that. But I was pretty sure that there was a study done somewhere that like there are some people who have that problem in dreams, and then there are some people that don't. But there was a distinct difference between them. Shit, what was it?
That sounds familiar.
There's another
Right?
thing where I listen to the Rooster Teeth podcast, or at least I used to, and one person on there said like he can't read anything in a dream, which I know for a fact I can definitely do that, because whenever I'm in a dream and I read something, there's a part of me that's like, hey, I'm in a dream and I'm reading this. Like, Bernie's just full of nonsense. So, like,
My problem is I can read things, I just don't retain the information well. Like, I'll look at something, I'll be able to read it. I'll look away, I'll look back, and it'll just say something totally different. But in my brain, I'm like, yep, this checks out.
there was one
Yeah,
time.
Oh, go ahead.
There was one time I remember I was like looking at a menu and I was in a really dark room and I'm like, I can't fucking see it. So I'm trying to open my eyes wider. I'm like, I still can't see it. I like tried to open my eyes really wide and then I woke up.
That's incredible!
If that's like the worst of your nightmares, I'm jealous.
It's not a
Can't read the
nightmare. It's
menu.
just like I wanted to know
so
what it said.
funny. I opened my eyes really wide in a dream and I woke up.
That's a true story, by the way.
I usually like the running one has got me. Like I've trying to move in general and not being able to, but it like even beyond running, like just not being able to do things that I know I should be able to do. Like I remember one dream where like something was trying to come through a door and I was like trying to hold the door closed and whatever it was, and I don't know what it was at this point. Like it managed to push the door open a couple inches and start to come through. And I had a gun, but I wasn't strong enough to pull the trigger. Like
Oh, that sucks.
Oh damn.
just squeezing and squeezing, and I couldn't pull the trigger like to shoot this thing. Like what the heck?
So
Thanks.
I've got one for you. You ready for this? This is my best dream story I've got. So if you're not impressed by this, I've got nothing else for you.
Okay.
So there was one day, a little bit of backstory. My old apartment that I used to live at had a rat problem in one specific closet that I called the rat closet.
I can't confirm this.
So there's the backstory. Also, second piece of backstory, I play a lot of golf. So in the dream, I was dreaming up a storm. I was on a golf course with like all these famous golfers. It was like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, and I'm sure there was one other famous golfer to round out the foursome, and then me. It's like we're all talking, we're all golfing. It's like a really prestigious golf course, having a great time. And all of a sudden, completely out of the blue, I just think, wait, there's no way I'd be on a golf course with all these people. I must be dreaming. And I looked back at where all the golfers were, and instead of all these famous people, it was my brother. It was Will. It wasn't Jacob, who was Fal Dune. It was my older brother. Well, because you don't golf. And instead of being on a really nice golf course, it was at like my shitty home local municipal golf course. And then I woke up. I'm like, well, that dream sucked. I fell asleep on my couch this night. So I looked over at the rat closet, and the door was open, and there were like 10 rats coming out of the hole in the rat closet. And I was like, ugh! And then I woke up for real. That's right, I had an Inception lucid dream, and I'm pretty proud of it.
It was actually me who put that in there for being mad at you. It was Will at the golf course instead of me.
Wow. That's pretty dope.
It's pretty horrifying.
Awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up from a dream and then had a nightmare.
Yeah, I've had
closet?
both
Oh
of
my
those,
gosh.
but not together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
I
only.
wanna hear
I've
more
had.
about the rat closet. Like, did you actually have rats in the rat closet?
So the rat closet was so named because the rats, at about 4 different points of me living there, chewed like 3 different holes in the wall of the closet, and that's how they would get into my apartment. Like they lived in the wall, and then they were like, "Oh, hey, what's in here?" And then they chewed through the wall. And I always kept the door to it closed, but the door was always like 1.5 inches off the ground, so the rats would just walk under it freely if they wanted to.
Yeah, that's a hard pass for me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reasons I
No,
can't
I
live.
agree. There was the first time it happened, I was just chilling in my bed. It was like a Saturday and I had nothing else to do, so I was just like on my phone. And a rat just waltzed through my bedroom door. And I made some noise that I'm sure was something like and it was like, oh shit, someone's here, and it reversed course, and I assume went right back into the rat closet where it came from. Another time, I was chilling on the couch, and a rat strolled out from behind the oven. I made a similar noise, and it also sprinted into the rat closet. For the longest time, I could hear it like chewing through the wall on the closet. If I just put my ear up to the wall, I could hear what I swear to God sounded like a rat chewing through drywall.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I came back. So that I'm currently attending college out of state from my permanent residence. I left for winter break, came back, and there was just a dead rat in the closet. No idea when it went in there, no idea when it died, but I'm assuming it was over winter break.
I think perhaps the best part of the story is we told the landlord, like, hey, there's rats in the fucking walls. And they were like, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, correct. I kept telling him, I'm like, hey, is there any way you could rat-proof this one? I just need this one closet rat-proof, because they're not in the rest of the apartment. It's just in this one closet. They're like, yeah, we can't do anything about it. Yeah, they're rats. What are you gonna do?
I think there's like laws that say that they
Right.
have to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
man,
sure
that's
thing.
interesting. Yep. And,
I'm
I
sure
no
it's
longer
different
live
state by state, but yeah, I'm sure that's
'Cause
the
it's
health board is not gonna love the idea that they're just like some landlords making money off you living in a rat infested.
there.
That's how you could play it,
Great.
right? Yeah, it's
Although
wow.
I did talk to my neighbors, and none of them had a problem with rats in their apartment. Like, it was just me. And the weirdest part was it was like A, B, C were all on the bottom floor, D, E, F were all on the second floor, and G, H, I were all on the top. So I was apartment B. I was in the bottom middle, and I was like the only one with the rats. I wasn't on a corner. I guess I was kind of like on the ground basement floor, so that part makes sense. But yeah, it wasn't great, and I wasn't super happy about it.
Yeah, I would not be either, man. I get pissed enough if I see a bug in my apartment, I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers around me. You fucking dirty bastards. Which one of you left ice cream out, Like, I do. I get irrationally angry about it. But
I feel you.
here, at least in Colorado, we haven't had any problems. But in Georgia, literally right before I moved out, I was killing, like, I'd come home from work, and it would be like, okay, there's like 2 cockroaches on the ground now. What?
Roaches, yeah.
I'm like looking for them and looking for them and looking for them, and I can't find them. I don't see any more that night or for like a week. And then it's like one day I come home from work, 3 of them. It's like they knew that, like, if I was in the house, now I'm going out. And so right before I moved out, I had a guy come that was like part of the apartment complex that did spraying and everything. And I was like, dude, I think I have roaches. I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm in the middle of like packing up and like getting all my shit out of here. And so, you need me to move something or do something? He was like, oh, let me just check a few things and whatnot. And so he moved my fridge, like from behind my fridge. They had apparently infected below me and had come up through the wall outlet for my fridge underneath it. So as soon as he moved it, it was like 8 of them just like shot up the wall. Like, oh, dude, this is fucked. And so, yeah, he put some traps out, and I slept with one eye open, and that helped a lot. It killed a lot of them, and then I left. It was literally like the week before I was moving.
Wow.
So I don't. It even gave me my rebate back, so it wasn't me. I boxes, but yeah, it was nasty, man. I don't like that in my personal space. I can't imagine rats.
That's not great.
I apparently, so I don't know for a fact what it is, but I apparently have night terrors sometimes. Like, and I don't remember them. Every now and then I'll wake up and I'll have just enough memory of it to know that I was like, the reason I'm flailing around right now is I'm trying to knock something off the bed. Like something that doesn't exist that I was dreaming about. But I know that I have night terrors now because, I have a wife who sleeps in the same bed with me. So she tells me in the mornings, like, yeah, you were sitting up, like, swinging your pillow across the room like you were trying to knock something off the foot of the bed.
Dude, speaking of that, a similar thing happened to me back when Logan and I were still sleeping in the same room. I think we were going to, like, elementary school at the time. Logan woke up and he was like, fucking Jacob, there's worms in the bed. And I had just been asleep. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, there's worms. Get up and leave. So I got up and left. What the fuck was that
I don't even
about?
remember that. Was it worms or was it flies that time?
It could have been. Well, I had both, and I remember every time it happened to me, I just got up and fucking left and didn't say anything. Whereas this son of a bitch right here was like, "We gotta leave right now."
There was one time. A little more backstory. Most of my family lives in Florida. Like, my extended family lives in Florida. And every now and then, I would go on vacation on my grandfather's boat, and we would go lobster hunting.
I feel like hunting is very.
Well, I mean, we basically catch lobsters. They're like chilling underneath some coral formations. You just sort of have like a prod, and you like prod them out and catch them in a net. It's not really hunting.
Lobsters are two things. They're physically weak and they're dumb. It's not really hunting.
Yeah, there was one night I was just sleeping, and I woke up, and I guess it's like, I don't know if I guess I would call it like a waking night terror, I guess, because I'll wake up, and like the situation Jake is recounting, I remember, because I woke up, and I was awake. I was lucid, everything was happening, but I saw flies, like thousands of them, buzzing around our, like, I don't know, 100 square foot room. So that's when I woke up, and I'm like, Jake, we gotta get out of here. There was one time in Florida, that same thing happened, but it was a lobster on my bed. It was just a lobster.
He came after you. It was for revenge.
It crawled under the pillow.
And then just crawled under the pillow underneath your head and just fucking chilled out there, apparently.
No. It was on the bed. It freaked me out, so I got up and walked to the other side of my room. That's when it crawled under the pillow, and I sat there for. I must have stood at the door for like 3 minutes.
That's when it crawled under the pillow. It wasn't real.
But it crawled under the pillow. The rational part of my brain is like, dude, there's no way a lobster is in your bed right now. This was before we had gone lobster hunting, so it's like, I haven't even seen them yet at this point. We're still like 4 miles away from the coast. Like, there's not a lobster in my bed. But the night terror part of me is like, you can't go to bed, you fool. There's a lobster under your pillow.
I know that feeling. Like, not with lobsters, but with other.
Fucking lobster.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a life.
I love the fact that it was thousands of flies, but it was one lobster.
It was a big lobster.
Just the one. Yeah, I know that feeling with the, like, the two halves of your brain are working at the same time. You're like, there's nothing here. I know this is just me, like, my brain making shit up. And then the other half, like, no, it's really gonna get you. It's gonna bite you. You can't lay here. You got to get up. You got to go.
Yeah, it's such a weird feeling. Or one half of you is just like, dude, go to sleep. There's nothing there. But the other half is like scared out of your mind.
Right?
The gif of the crab is hilarious.
That is pretty good. I've noticed I get it more if I get really super involved in something for a long time on a day. Like, not obsessed would be close. Like, it's happened like the first few times. Like, if I start playing a new game and I get really into it and I end up like playing it for a big chunk of a day, and I just keep thinking about it, my brain keeps turning it over, and then like situations or things from the game, I'll have. I don't know if I have night terrors about them, but like I'll keep thinking about it and I'll be in that like half awake state. Like, no, it's not fine. That's not actually happening. But what if it is? But it's not.
Yeah, right.
Could be.
Dude, I had forgotten about this. Last night I was asleep after having spent the previous like 4 hours making this enormous spreadsheet. In my dream, I was trying to populate a cell in a spreadsheet and it just wasn't happening. And like my brain when I woke up registered that as a nightmare.
We've come full circle. We've come back around to trying to do things and not being able to do them, but now we've combined it with spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets,
That's
a lobster.
fantastic.
Well, that's fantastic. Now we've all got new things to have nightmares about tonight. Cheers, everybody.
I
Yeah, cheers.
Good for you guys.
I bet none
The
of you
world's
are gonna
problem.
top lobster or rat closet.
The rat closet.
I love how these two things were described with like equal amounts of apprehension. Was a closet out of which rats would periodically appear, and a fucking lobster.
Right.
Lobsters are creepy, man.
Right. And
Like there's a lobster there.
all right, I'm getting off of here. This has been
Alright.
fun,
This is great. Yep,
I
but it's
enjoyed it.
bedtime.
right?
It was fun. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good week, guys.
See
Good luck with the
ya.
computer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, good luck with that computer. Shoot me a message or
claim
something if you have issues.
I might claim a migraine tomorrow. Just not deal with it.
Yeah, I don't you sound horribly sick to us. So if you need a backup, we'll your boss and totally confirm.
Be like, look, man, these guys last night, my D&D group, like, there's something wrong with her.
Like she thought a lobster was scary when we talked to her last time. She was
Let
like,
me tell you about the rat closet.
she said she was trapped in a cage. I don't know if that was like literal or like.
Yeah, just tell him that your dungeon master had thrown you in a cage last night, and you just didn't you had so many nightmares. You didn't sleep.
You know
Like,
how it is.
but be really vague about it too.
They'll be so good. It'll be great.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Have a good night, guys.
You will.
Yeah, good night.
Bye.
You too.